Hello everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. Today, we are continuing, perhaps finishing, Season 1 of Fable Table, or Song of the Ravenlands. And joining me is our cast. Hello everyone, how are you?
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Doing
sure.
pretty good. Oh, you know, Nick.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's the last time I'm ever going to hear you say that.
I hope.
John.
Jesus.
Wow.
We're going hard. I'm
All
feeling
right.
catty today. Let's do it.
Okay, so for those of us, I see some new people in our chat. Weird time to join. Feel free to check out our past VODs on YouTube. Link is below. I think Tember can also do the little command for our bot to link all the socials that I can never remember. But we are concluding, we are continuing our assault on Whaler's Hold, an ancient dwarven city currently being held by the Church of Rust and their human citizens. The Rust brothers control many undead, many demons, and there's a skeleton crew of military personnel of Rust brothers holding the city, around which there is a magical barrier protecting it. I'm going to bring us into our combat music here. And then we're going to take a look at the battlefield and see what the hell is going on. Okay, so everyone can see this? Yes. All right. So this is a pretty abstract battlefield we have going on here with lots and lots of tokens. But as we might recall, we have kind of 4 armies that we've assembled throughout our time in the Ravenlands. We've gotten the orcs from Gallerhall. We have Torvald Stormeye and his clan trying to fight for their ancestral home. We have the Grave Wardens from our home, the Hollows, and the Belder clan. And we are, frontlining all of these armies, undead and demons. There's some special NPCs giving bonuses, both to our armies as well as to the enemy armies. So, if we need to go over the mechanics, I'm just going to gloss over them as we start our next round of combat. And if there's, of course, questions and we're having a hard time remembering, please just let me know. So, what is one interesting thing happening on the battlefield that you each have been a part of? Let's start with John.
Starting from left to right, I like it. Wick has freed/enslaved Giga Gorthalax, the destroyer of worlds. A massive blob of stretchy skin and teeth behind the lips. No, wait, in front of the lips. That's how mouthy he gets. He's just eaten an angel and is now about to eat a plant, and I'm about to go kill an army of demons. We're looking good. We're looking hot. The Gallerhall army doing the best so far. Greenskins represent.
Yes, they're being led by their curator of war, Plum and Palm, and are being assisted by your wife, Hattie, a demon. Her coalition, her growing settlement, growing people of demons.
Growing settlement of people and demons, thank you.
Yes, people/demons. Same, one and the same. Okay. Let's go over to Shannon and Cacophony. How's it going with you on the battlefield?
Cacophony's getting her ass kicked because we have hidden veilers amongst the ranks, and
yes.
They are taking out my Grave Warden army. Every time I look another way, another freaking 10 freaking Grave Wardens fall, and I think she's getting a little bit pissed off.
Yeah.
But she's about to head down and help out Merrick. as soon as we get the action rolling.
Yeah, so the Veilers are cultists that want to kill humans, and anytime they or their weapons do, their special obsidian blades, another star in the sky turns red, and we've reached about 50. I need to grab my notes. And there are cracks, like constellations beginning to form, but they look like the sky is cracking. Merrick has rushed over to help you. He caused fear on the Veiler, so they're all running away. And
I thought they were all killed.
were they killed? I remember them being... Oh, yes, they were all cut down as they were fleeing. That's right. You gave them, the Grave Wardens, the opportunity to kill them. That's right. Okay. Merrick, do you have anything to add now that you've run over to aid the Grave Wardens in Cacophony?
The most interesting for me in the battlefield was that the Veilers showed up out of nowhere. And the Veilers have earned a special ire in my heart. So I went over there and I tried to expose them, or stop them, or get them to flee from the battlefield, and they were cut down by the Grave Wardens. But I'm also in a little bit of a dilemma, as my own deity has told me to support the Veilers and their plan to crack the sky, take it down, so that we can take advantage of what the Rust Prince is doing at a later date. So Merrick has eliminated them, but yet he still has a job to do.
All right. And finally, that brings us to Basil, played by Andy.
So, Basil Chives and the Merry Magpies embarked on a unnecessary scouting mission and then a fruitless secret intrusion mission, and have now made their way back to the battlefield to lend long-range support, and are being swooped on by the Kirill, Spears of the Seventh World.
Yes.
Scary bats made of knives.
That's made of knives. Oh, wow.
I don't know. I forget what your description was. That's what I...
Ears or something.
Aren't they like flying hedgehogs and they like shoot quills out? Like,
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah. I imagine them a lot like the flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz, but way more lethal. Okay. So...
Knife bats. Got it.
Knife bats, exactly. Okay, so let's jump in. The way combat works for us, we have the first phase, which is all the player characters making their actions. It sounds like I need to bring down the audio levels. Sorry about that, everyone. Let me know if that's too loud or needs updating. So let's continue in the same order. Wick. You have a lot going on. You are riding Schnitzel, your shadow...
My beautiful shadow demon from hell!
Yes, while maintaining control of Giga Gorthalax. And then you have Thistlethel, the Rejuvenator of Thorns, before you. And she was described as being this kind of like woody-looking demon, but now she is made of... She has like massive amounts of thorns, like huge chitinous thorns protruding out of her body, and she is like flinging them like spears, kind of like Hela from Thor. She can just throw one, and suddenly she's got another one in her hand. She's been picking off orcs left and right, but now you have Giga Gorthalax
Indeed.
and her.
Wick! I'm gonna take over the narrative now.
Go for it.
ApolloNik. I hope you don't mind. As Wick draws his sword, says, "I shall duel ye and free you, Fey Spear," and then suddenly tendrils from Giga Gorthalax will roll over over Wick and straight on to Thistlethel, trying to devour and tear her apart.
Okay.
What do I do? That way I can free up Wick. He doesn't need to do this.
Okay, so you order Giga Gorthalax to consume Thistlethel.
Yes.
Okay, Giga Gorthalax devours Thistlethel.
That's it. Based.
And as Giga Gorthalax, who I described as being this kind of like blob, kind of like Hexus from Fern Gully, that old animated movie. It's kind of like dripping and oozing and like protruding baubles or like pustules that like form these teethy mouths and like bite stuff and then kind of like slide back in and reabsorb into the body. And Giga Gorthalax like does this, and the bites like bite into Thistlethel, but they like don't seem to pierce her skin. And Giga Gorthalax just brings his main like perpetual head down, his like sarlacc pit of a mouth, and just swallows Thistlethel. He begins to move again, and then there is like spikes like coming out of him like a pin, like he's a pin cushion. And Giga Gorthalax looks extremely uncomfortable.
Well, they can go kill each other while I go and kill the left demon army.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Hack and slash.
All right.
Well, it depends. What are you doing?
I'm literally behind them attacking them. What do you mean?
Like how? Describe it.
I jump forward on Schnitzel, doing a triple Salcow tornado spin dive, like Kirito from Sword Art Online, your favorite anime ever, Nick. And with sword and shield, I cut into their backs and disrupt the formation, bringing support to the orcs, who are in desperate need to win faster.
Okay. That's great. Yes. Hack and slash, please.
I would love to. Is Hattie giving me a +1 for being awesome?
Sure.
Okay. Just check. I hack. I slash. I roll my dice for a 10.
10 plus. Deal your damage.
All right. Hang on. It's been a while. I need to calculate how much damage I'm actually doing. Okay.
And add your
1d8 plus 2d4 plus 1d10 plus 2. Already.
And you can add 1d6 and expose yourself to the enemy attack.
I'm good.
Okay.
Since he said it was a triple Salcow, the damage is tripled, right?
True. 16 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Cuts into the backs of the army.
You take out 16 value worth of demons, doing huge amounts of damage. Okay. I'm going to turn it over to both Cacophony and Merrick, who are both part of the Grave Warden army. So you've got, your traditional undead, kind of skeletal zombies, charging forward, mindlessly attacking the Grave Wardens, who are doing a pretty good job. Their job for decades, for centuries, has been dealing with undead. But among them are undead warriors and variant undead who are kind of far more proficient and skilled. And in the back, you have Merrick dealing with Archveiler Vina. So, Cacophony, where are you putting your attention? You're muted.
Well, damn it. I'm going to come around behind Archveiler Vina, but on my way there, I'm going to do Goat Morse Code with my extra super shiny knives, and I'm going to hail Basil and be like, get your ass over here. So, and see if he can help out, because Archveilers are no freaking joke and we almost always die. So
okay,
that's my
What is that?
This is damage Thistlethel does to Giga Gorthalax.
Not much.
No,
What does Giga Gorthalax do?
nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
She is impervious to damage.
Fuck you, Nick. Alright,
Is
move
that
on.
correct?
You
Is my
asked.
mic still pretty low? No.
No, you sound good. Sorry, I just was doing some housekeeping. Okay, so you're calling towards Basil and Chives. Sorry, how exactly are you doing that?
So to Basil, my extra super shiny, amazing, beautiful knives that look like feathers. I'm like signaling to Basil from across the way in Goat Morse code, as we have determined that is a real thing.
Okay.
And what was it? What was it again? It was Bleats and Boz. Is that?
Yeah, because it's goat Morse code that Chives. You're signaling Chives, not Basil. Chives will tell me what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Telling Chives. to get Basil over here to help out.
Yeah.
You're effectively lasing the target for some arrows from above the mountain. So.
Okay, I'm gonna need some sort of like intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check. Your call, Cacophony.
Wouldn't it be a dex check because I'm using my hands, my feathers?
Okay, sure, that's fine.
I'm gonna fail this.
I just need some sort of check for this message to get across.
To interrupt, but Nick, you need to turn your battle music down by 20% and boost Shannon by like 30.
Okay.
He's super quiet.
All right.
That's not on your end, that's your end.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No one's ever accused me of being quiet before. Thank you.
I can like barely hear the music on my end, but
True.
I will boost.
There.
There we go.
Ooh,
12.
look at that.
Shablammy!
Nice.
It goes off without a hitch.
Yeah. Chives is on it. He gets the message, and they are alerted. Okay, you're doing your signals. Arch Valor Vina faces you down on the other side of the Grave Warden army. Merrick, the Valors
Can you
had.
describe the Archveiler for me?
Yeah, so the Archveiler is wearing like the traditional robes that you've seen the Archveilers wear. They're wearing mostly black robes with red trim. And they are just kind of peppered with these little dots and connected lines, like there are constellations on them. Much like the other Archveilers that we've run into, they're wielding a saber that is made of that black metal, and also has constellations drawn on it, much like Wick's sword when he activates magic. And they also have a staff with a little kind of orb at the top. That also has these constellations. So lots and lots of constellations. The dots are typically white, except for on the robes, which are red. They have been wearing a hood, but they kind of like whip it back, and this woman, Archveiler Vina, like looks at you in disgust, Merrick. You may have cut down my brethren, but we will not fail Vale. Inquisitor, I will cut you down and take your life and add you to the stars. And she charges forward and holds up her wand. And as she does this, something that you have not seen before begins to happen. And that is that this kind of like essence of various like prismatic colors begins to like kind of form, like wisp down from the skies and form like a growing ball of energy in front of her, at the end of her staff, and she's pointing it directly at you, Merrick. What do you do?
I know that she's about to cast something to spell at me, and I'm not going to let her. Plus, I know I see Cacophony coming from the background. So what I'm going to do is, as she charges me, I'm going to duck behind my shield. I'm going to charge in underneath her, and as I get close to her, I'm going to push my shield up to push the wand out of the way, and I'm going to try to reach for whatever brooch or clasp is right in the middle of her robe, and I'm going to cast a spell on it.
Okay, sounds like a lot of things happening at once. So I'm going to need first a Defy Danger dex to get in close quickly. And like you said you were going to like push her staff away from you?
My goal is to get in close to her. If she ends up casting her spell on me, then I'm going to take the spell with the face.
Okay.
I want to get in close.
Okay.
I want to cast a spell because I know the Cacophony is coming from the background.
Okay, I'll need Defy Danger dex to get in close and have this opportunity.
Well, this probably will not go well. Dex is not going to stop, but we're going to try.
Okay. You're able to do this, but you're gonna get hit with the spell. And she is summoning. It's hard to tell, but it begins to look kind of like a prismatic ball of flame. John, go ahead and roll Fireball for me. It's what, 4d6?
2d6.
2d6.
Fireball is 2d6?
Yeah, I mean, most things have 25 max health, dude. 46 could.
Oh, but I want to kill you.
I was going to say, you heard it here. He's trying to kill him.
That's fine.
To be fair, he's in the cluster of all the, Moss family and the Grave Warden, so they're going to take it too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna roll 3d6.
As
well the Veiler, if she casts it right on top of my face, I'm closing the gap.
Okay.
If she casts it, she's getting hit too.
All right. So the Archveiler is empowered by the fact that the sky is splitting and ether is pouring in from beyond the veil.
Ooh, okay.
Take 11 damage.
All right. Ignoring armor, of course.
Ignoring armor. It looks like you have 1 hold.
Ah, then can I spend that to have the damage coming in?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? No. I'm gonna eat the damage, and I'm gonna use it to give an attacker a +1 forward.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I cast my spell.
Yes.
Sorry. My throat is a little off today. I want to cast the light spell, a robe. And I want to cast it on her clasp, and I want to empower it to make that light so bright that it blinds her. To give my compatriots an opening.
Oh, okay.
I will need to succeed on the spell to be able to even empower it, but you tell me how you want me to constitute that.
What cast a spell?
Hang on. I'm reading light because
he's in my sheet doing stuff, so I'm waiting till he's done.
This man's getting in your sheet.
Yeah, you can do this. And you can especially do this because magic is a little weird right now with the sky opening up and extra amounts of ether, like raw potential energy coming through to this side. So I am going to say, since you're trying to take advantage of that and do something like boost your magic, you're going to take -1 to your roll. But go ahead and cast a spell.
All right.
That's a 13. Wow. Okay. You cast your spell, and this blinding light goes on the Archveiler's cloak. I think narratively this is especially cool since you're giving +1 forward to an attacker. Cacophony, this is your chance. You as soon as you got the your bleeding signals, your goat signals. What was it called?
It's bleats and baws.
Bleats and baws.
It's goat Morse code, and I am trying to figure out which one is it. Cheap shot, maybe, because it's like my extra for backstab. So like, I'm coming up behind the Archveiler, so like I assume that she doesn't know that I'm there. So the move is when you attack a surprised or defenseless enemy with a melee weapon, you can choose to deal your damage or roll dex.
Yeah, I think that's very appropriate. So this is a backstab with cheap shot, so you deal an extra d6 damage with it. So as always with backstab, you have the option to just like straight up deal your damage, or you can roll and risk failing, but get lots of options. And also describe what it looks like as Cacophony comes in as Merrick both like gets blasted, lights up the cloak clasp, and then like gets out of the way right as the Archveiler takes a swing with her saber at him.
I imagine that like she's maybe a little like her 1 foot is kind of like a little off balance as she's like swinging out at him. And Cacophony is like coming in like stealthy from behind, and I think that she's going to use one of her shiny brand new amazing daggers and like come in right for the neck.
Oh, sick!
And try to get her.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
In the breather.
So are you just gonna deal your damage, or are you gonna roll?
I feel like rolling might be the better option, only because then if it is a semi or a partial or whatever, like at least there's semi. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. If it's a partial, then at least I won't fail completely, and I can do something. So I'm gonna take the option to roll, and then but it is with the cheap shot. So like if I do win this, then I get the additional 1d6 of damage. So
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll backstab. Shablammy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And you had +1 forward from
For Lynn.
Merrick.
Yeah,
from
and
Merrick.
Merrick. Good.
Yeah.
But what about Lynn? Isn't she like fighting with me or now?
I believe you used your preparation. I mean, narratively, if you want her to be a part of this, that's fine. But she is also assisting the Grave Wardens, who are very outnumbered right now.
She should probably just keep doing that then.
Okay.
Awesome. So then, and then I'll roll.
So you get to choose 2 of these 4 things. You don't get into melee with them. You deal your damage plus 1d6. You create an advantage, giving +1 forward to you or an ally acting on it, or reduce their armor by 1 until they repair it.
Oh God, that's so good. So I'm gonna deal my damage, obviously, and then I'm gonna do a 2d6, right? Because it's cheap shot.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to do a 2d6, and then I'm going to create an advantage +1 forward to
Nice.
Merrick.
Nice. Okay. Roll damage plus 2d6. And they
Damage.
have...
God damn it. Every fucking time. Every goddamn
Every
time.
Oh my god.
I know.
Your
I
weapon, your weapons should have +1 on them. You had some really awesome weapons made, so that's 2 damage. Plus 2d6.
Bless you, sir. Bless you, sir. All right.
And
so
now you're gonna get 12 from your
I
2d6.
forgot my +2.
maybe.
What?
We shall. God dang it,
Wow.
Shannon. I know. I'm so disappointed.
Okay. So with this small amount of damage,
I know.
as we saw last time with the Archveilers, they have magic to protect them. So you hit a barrier of hard light and completely shatter it.
Good. So at least I did something.
But they, as soon as they are blinded, they like are sweeping a strike at Merrick. You come in for an attack, and they manage to just kind of like take a defensive stance and kind of like just get out of the way of your hit and let it only strike their barrier. But they are on the back foot, so next round you all have +1 forward against Archveiler Vina.
Okay.
Basil, what are you up to with the Merry Magpies? You're being attacked by the Kirill, who are like dive bombing you all and like flinging these kind of spines from their tails. And one of the Merry Magpies died. I believe it was Russell, the young guy. Or no, Duster, wasn't it? It was Duster, the young whiny one that Merrick healed. I wrote it down here. But you got the signals that you're needed. What do you do?
Signals. I think, given the information, I raise my voice and shout a rally cry to the Merry Magpies and tell them for Duster. Is it Duster or Russell?
Duster.
For Duster, protect us from this scourge, and urge them to fly up into the air and fight the Kirill while Basil takes aim at the Archveiler from a distance.
Okay, so the Merry Magpies pointed out during the downtime that they are not warriors. Like, they are not accustomed.
They can run interference. They can like do their like shell game, street thieving routine in the sky, right?
Sure, but they're also very outnumbered and facing demons. So
Oh wait, how many Kirill are there?
there's like 7 of them and 3
Okay,
Merry
maybe-
Magpies left.
All right, maybe I'll hold off on dealing with our.
I guess in plain terms, if you leave, they're going to die, but you'll get away.
I'm not gonna leave. I was just saying we divided. That's okay. I didn't realize there were so many Kirill. It says the Kirill, so I couldn't really tell like if that was a lot or a few or some. I think Basil and Chives both telepathically agree that we'll deal with Archveiler in our next move, and turn our attention on the sky
Okay.
and pluck the violin in a searing sound
Ooh,
to
nice.
shatter the Kirill.
Okay. Sounds like you're using Metal Hurlant.
That is Metal Hurlant. Boop.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you still do your damage, but it's out of control. The GM will choose an additional target nearby. Go ahead and roll your damage. Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty good. Let me look at their armor if they have any. They have none. Great. That's 9 damage. So you take out like 4 of the Kirill, leaving like 3 of the weaker ones left. But one of the Merry Magpies, this one is Russell. He kind of caught up in the attack as he's flying up to run interference. He is kind of uncoordinated since he's not trained to do this. And he like gets singed in the arm and wing, and he falls to the ground. Chitter Chin, the leader of the Merry Magpies, yells, "Cover him!" And Fella Flop rushes to his aid. He looks at least unconscious, if not dead. Hard to tell as you're kind of backing up to leave, right?
I'm not leaving. I'm in a sniping position.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Then from this position, you can see Russell is seriously injured and is out of the fight.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now it is the army's turn. Let's go with Gallerhall first.
Nick, I have one quick question before I turn it over to John.
Yes.
Did my thematic closing of the distance cause the fireball to also injure the Archveiler? Or was she protected?
Ooh. I think it did hurt the Archveiler. But it would have been another one of their barrier, their kind of hard light barriers that got shattered. So they're down 2 of those. Okay.
All right.
Gallerhall.
I forgot 2 damage on the left army demon. If you can subtract that real quick.
You got it.
As the Gallerhall slashes, rolling a 6.
What?
But do they get a +1 for something?
What are you rolling with?
+1 in there.
Oh, that's hack and slash.
Oh, that's the army's hack and slash. Okay, sorry. I thought for some reason I thought like
+1 is in there.
Yeah. Okay, so they have +1. Okay, so for some reason, I think it's the side of Giga Gorthalax getting like skewered, even though they thought he was on their side. The demon army rallies, and they deal some serious damage to the Gallerhall army. Serious being just 4.
Okay.
But
do they still take damage or?
So if you click damage for Gallerhall army and then click fail, you'll roll at basically disadvantage. But you still rolled really well. 10 damage. Okay. So not bad.
Okay.
Okay. Storm Eye Clan. I believe that was yours, Merrick.
It is. They are definitely going to do another hack and slash against the left undead army.
Excellent.
Rolling a 13.
Very nice.
They are not going to expose themselves to damage for an extra d6, but I will roll success damage. They will take what? They take 4 -1 armor, so 3.
That was my damage.
Yes.
Go ahead and click.
My army takes 3 damage then, because they have 1 armor?
They do, yes, correct.
Okay. And they will deal 16.
Wow. Very good.
And we're also going to use the Storm Eye Stone Singers to throw another d6 of holy water damage as they fling small stones that encapsulate vials of holy water onto the undead.
Okay.
For an additional 4 damage. So
okay.
22. Oh, did you take that 3 off mine? Thank you.
I did. Hey, John, roll a d6 for the Hadrios. They should always be dealing damage. Sorry. No.
Not in there?
No. Or wait, did you roll? No, I didn't have you roll damage. Or oh, yes, I did. I did. Never mind.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
sorry. All right. Shannon, Grave Warden army. You're muted. Sorry.
Son of a bitch. Okay, sorry. The Grave Warden army are getting their shit kicked in by the Hidden Veilers and the right undead army right now. So I'm hoping that give me a win. Come on. So we're gonna do a hack and slash. 11.
Very nice. Deal roll damage for full success, and I'll roll small damage. So the Grave Wardens take 3.
Thank you.
Very nice.
That's another attack.
Might be. I didn't mean to click that.
No worries.
Strike from the record, please. Success. Submit.
Whoa! Very nice. 11 damage.
Time. Holy shit! I thought it was cursed, you guys.
Okay. All right, and Andy, the Belder clan. What are they up to? Hack and slash?
No, Andy's muted.
Oh.
It wasn't just.
It wasn't just you. They are again rallying behind their king, Gandaman, and charging forward. Their previous successes bolstering them. They again, like a unified legion, step forward and bash and hack and slash.
Okay, give me that hack and slash. As they charge into the demons, the consumer, this kind of like 4-part giant flubber, like leapfrogging over itself, attacking the dwarven belders, and Rob the Slob shooting out slime out of his kind of elephant trunk tentacles. But the Belder clan is still very effective, led by Gandaman, your father, and their new king. Go ahead and roll full damage. And I will take 6 away from you because they rolled 8 damage, but the Belder clan has 2 armor. Ooh, not very good there. All right.
Do they only deal 1d10 damage?
Yes, their special force is with Andy. Not with the army.
Yes.
Otherwise, they deal 1d10 plus. Actually, no. Yes,
No.
d10 plus 1. But they keep the highest one. They roll a 1 and 2. So
Such is life in Bizarre.
it is.
Okay. All right. That concludes this round. Up above, on the battlements of Whaler's Hold, you see, especially you, Basil, as you're kind of gazing upon the city, there are Rust Brothers casting spells. They appear to be raising the dead, like fallen orcs, dwarves, humans. They are raising. They're continuing to raise their army, literally from the battlefield. You see one also like looking really confused, grabbing one of the demon brands and kind of like doing the like, why isn't this thing working? Come on, come on. And we'll move on to the next PC round. Wick.
Okay, so when you say they're raising the dead, are they raising them from our ranks or
All of
their
them.
own ranks?
All of them. No, they cannot reanimate destroyed undead. They are literally raising up your comrades who have fallen.
Okay, well I have a magical sword that destroys undead.
That's right.
So
You are sapping the life force of undead around you as they fall. So this magic appears to be negated. So I will not be rolling dice to see how many undead they reanimate.
do I heal?
Yeah. Yes. Let me find my note on how much you heal.
Should I have been like never below max health this entire time? Just due to the fact that skeletons have been dying every single round.
You're not. I don't think you're particularly close to the undead. Like if you got in their area, this would be a lot more potent. Go ahead and just heal like. Give me a d6 of healing. There you go.
Now I roll that. I'll take
Also,
it.
with Basil's telepathy, I communicate all of that detailed information to Wick.
Nice.
Okay. Well, the demons do not get turned into undead, so I'm gonna keep chewing on them. Can I just order Giga Gorthalax to just leave the battlefield with Thistlethel
Sure.
and be like, yeah, just get the fuck out. You're free, bro. Have fun.
You feel that a Rust brother is trying to reestablish control over Giga Gorthalax, but you have control, so you have potency here, so to speak. So I would like you to make a defy danger, like whatever your spellcasting is, charisma, I think, or wisdom.
I'll make charisma.
But whichever one is your, like, just roll cast a spell with +1.
Okay. Cast a spell with +1.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. You are not going to lose control of Giga Gorthalax. And he's going to continue to be spiked through by Thistlethel, the Rejuvenator. But Giga Gorthalax starts balling and hustling, and I'm going to take them off the map for a minute.
Hell yeah. That's a problem for another day. We kill and slaughter and maim me and Schnitzel, my brother. Good old Schnitzel.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Left Demon army now has no NPCs supporting them. Okay, so roll full damage, please. The Left Demon army does 6 to the Galler Hall.
Wow, that is really bad.
Oh wait, this is you. I'm sorry.
Ones and twos.
I'm sorry. This is your damage, not.
Yeah, this is.
Okay. Okay, so you don't take damage here.
No.
Okay.
Just cutting into them. They gotta break from morale at some point. Otherwise, this battle is just gonna last until forever.
Okay. All right. Cacophony and Merrick. Archveiler Vina is like covering her eyes, reeling back, swinging wildly, and she like grabs her cloak clasp, rips it off, throws it to the side, and there's this opportunity here to get in there. You have +1 forward, and narratively she can't do anything right now.
Awesome. So, if are you holding a sword, Merrick?
I have axe.
Oh, perfect. If I like give her a shove from behind, can you dig that axe into her abdomen, or how do you want to do that?
I would love to do it the other way around, but yes, that'll work.
And let's do that. Either well, it's just my damage is garbage, but I'm willing to try again. I'm ready. I'm ready if you are.
I would like to mechanically defend Cacophony, trying to block blows and create an opening for her to get behind, as this Taylor is no longer blind, but also does not know where the attack is coming from at the start, at least.
Okay, roll defend for me, Merrick. Nice, hold 3.
Yep.
Okay, so Cacophony, you're going in for an attack as Merrick is covering for you. Go ahead and give me a hack and slash if you're going in for a melee attack. It sounds like, Merrick, you're opening her up to another +1 forward.
I would like to actually keep one of the whole.
Well,
I'm gonna deal damage to her equal to my level.
Okay.
For 1 wound.
So I have an option that I still have that magic Veiler sword. Like I can
come
at her with the Veiler sword.
Okay.
Your call.
So I'm gonna link that just so that everybody can see it. It's just evil, most likely evil. We don't. And then I'll do my hack and slash. Yeah!
Okay. So that is, I believe, a 12 since you had +1 forward. Do you have any effects on a 12 plus?
You know, I don't know.
Damage?
I don't think I do.
Yes, but sometimes there's moves that are like when you do this on a 12 or like on a 12 plus, you get additional benefits. Okay, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
It says and 1d6. Oh, but then I expose myself.
Yes.
To the enemy's attack, so no.
Is
it a back? Oh yeah, am I behind her? Does she?
No, I don't. I would have had you roll backstab if that was the case, because it is a different move. She quickly ripped the thing off and kind of reestablished control, but she was on the back foot, which is why you had the +1 forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then...
yeah, just click your class damage there.
do that.
And then I think it's... Oh, you're using the Veiler Sword. So that's 9 damage. Okay, and this is the Veiler Sword. Good call, because there are, like, Merrick goes in to deal damage and his shield hits another barrier and it's clear there's another one behind it, but your sword just, like, goes through it like it's not even there.
Nice.
So that's 9 damage. Oh, Cacophony, can you do 1 more damage?
Expose yourself to the attack.
Yeah, okay. Then I expose myself to the attack, potentially. And I'm gonna do... How's that?
Okay, so you go in, you cut her, like stab into her with the Veiler Sword. It just goes right through her. What do you say to her as the blade just pierces through her chest?
Oh man, I want to be one of those people who's like, night night bitch, but like I don't think Cacophony can pull it off. She's just not, I don't know. I think maybe she like, I don't know. I think what she really wants, she's a bird at heart. I think she just really wants to like scream in her ear, but like, you know, that's the pettiness in her. I don't know. I think she's just like, she's not a catchphraser. God, I wish she was.
Maybe she'd just say some sort of like curse, some really intense like curse in birdish, but it just comes out as cause to everyone else on the battlefield. So
everybody just thinks she's like,
yeah. So she says something super tough, but no one could understand it.
No one heard. But if the Merry Magpies were here, they'd be like, damn. So.
Yeah, she just reels with the blade in her chest, and she just reaches out and grips you on the shoulder. Like, she drops the saber to do this, like, staff still in her hand. And you can see that energy, like, is manifesting like this starry dust of pearlescent colors, is coming down to and she, like, touches you with her hand, and the glowing, like, shifts across her body. And she casts a spell on you.
As Merrick throws his shield in the way and halves the damage.
There's no damage. There's no damage.
It's a spell.
It's a spell that you're not. Oh, your eyes are active, aren't they, Merrick?
At the moment they are, yes.
Okay.
I'm hoping that the spell is like.
Did you take
like
-1 to
hair.
cast light?
I rolled a 14. So
I don't see the -1 on there, but I'm just saying.
I don't have it clicked.
Okay.
Well, then mechanically, then I guess I do not have my eyes active then.
Okay.
I think I must have shut them off when the Veilers were destroyed.
Gotcha. Okay. Vina is slain, and she falls to the ground as she says, "The stars, they must be undone." And she falls. Okay.
Quick, take her shit.
Basil.
I'm gonna start picking things up.
That's fine.
I think I'll draw out the bow and take a volley at the remaining Carvel.
Okay, give me your volley. The other Merry Magpies are covering for... I have their names right here. Russell is being covered by Fellaflop and Chitterchin, but the Kirill dive upon them, attacking them as your arrows fly, missing. They are going to take out Fellaflop, and Chitterchin is now like defenseless as they're like picking him up. The third one is like stabbing Fellaflop. So the Merry Magpies are out of the fight, but they're not dead yet. They've just all been incapacitated.
Oh yeah, do you get a reroll still?
Oh, do I get, before they're incapacitated, do I get one more reroll?
Yeah, the Merry Magpies do allow their army or PCs to reroll. So you can use that last one.
Brian, you damn genius.
Rerolling.
That's a
Yes.
12. Okay, so contrary to what I just said, you instead, the arrows bend with the wind. Some sort of luck is on your side. Perhaps it's Flo. Perhaps it's you using Flo's magic. Roll your damage, please, and don't fuck this up. That is enough to kill the Kirill. Just as they're about to descend upon the Merry Magpies and finish them off. All right. Let's cut to the army action. Sorry, Cam. Sorry, chat. Left Demon Army and Galler Hall.
Fucking shit.
They miss. Roll partial damage. Left Demon Army fucking... Oh. Hang on.
How did that happen?
That's...
0d10?
Yeah, hang on. I need to check their macro. This is not correct.
Did you remove the D10s instead of remove the special forces when you took them out of the way?
Oh, I see what I did here. Whoops. They've probably not been rolling the amount of damage they should. Okay. Oh my god. All right. They take 9 damage, and I'll figure out their macro here in a second.
The last time they rolled damage, their macro was right.
Okay. Go ahead, Brian.
The Stormite clan will continue to hack and slash at the left undead army. Rolling at 12.
Take my luck.
Sorry, son. Alright. They are going to roll damage. With success. Dealing 10. They will fling 1 of the remaining 2 sets of holy water stones at them, dealing another d6, another 1. And they will take in return...
They'll take 6. Are you able to do that while I fuck with this macro?
Yep.
Thank you.
6 reduced to 5. And I've been decrementing the holy waters off the stone singers.
Thank you. Okay. Shannon, the Grave Warden army. Oh shoot, did I apply damage? I don't know if I did. I'll just take...
I don't think you did.
Okay, there you go.
No, they were like, okay.
I don't care.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I'm not worried about it.
Shablam!
Nice.
Expose myself to the enemy for another 1d6. I don't know if it's worth it.
Okay, Left Demon Army does 7 to the Galler Hall Army. There you go. Grave Wardens deal 7. Is that it?
Right?
They rolled a 3 for the d6 and then a 4 and a 1. Okay, yeah, okay. So,
Yep, that's it.
all right. They deal small damage to you. Damn, Grave Wardens are struggling. Okay, so there we are. Grave Wardens are at about half, and the right undead army has many, many numbers.
Wait, did you subtract 7 from... Was that for the Galler Hall dudes or for the...
I subtracted 7 from Galler Hall, and I subtracted 7 from the right undead army.
Someone subtract 7 from the Grave Warden.
They did 11, and I did subtract that.
Okay,
Yep, they were 71 before. That is accurate.
perfect.
Okay. Andy, the Belder clan.
Seeing the Valor crumble in the field to their left and the Kirill blotted out in the skies above them, they rally again and charge again. Axes forward, hack and slash.
Against who?
The
Oh, I'm sorry.
right.
I'm sorry. The Belder clan. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Well done. Okay. The Belders take 6 damage because they have 2 armor, and they deal full damage.
Wait, did you just take 6?
The Belder clan took 6.
So it's a 114 now. Okay.
Yep. And the Belder clan does how much damage, Andy?
Oh, that's the roll. I'm sorry.
Yeah, roll damage. Full damage.
That
Nice.
does 9.
Okay. All right, the left side. The demons are completely overwhelmed. So I think narratively, because they've lost all of their leaders, Thistlethel is technically still alive.
Nah, she's out, Chief. At least, what, 3 more narrative rounds?
Okay.
Which aren't codified, by the way.
Wick, so you're beginning to see that the left demon army is like... There is fear in the eyes of many of these demons. I know that you wanted to make an appeal and try and either control these demons, or you can try and appeal to them and help them overcome their magic and extend your offer to them.
That's what exactly I shall do.
Okay.
As I finish cutting down the last resistant one, I shout to the more cowardly, the reserved, the defensive, who aren't here willingly and are being forced. And I shout out, accept my brand, and I will lead you to a brighter future of freedom!
Give me a parlay.
Love to give you a parlay, also known as a fuck. That's still a partial.
They need some sort of concrete assurance of your promise right now.
I have Hattie behind me, glimmering and glowering as a demon.
My brothers, my sisters, this human speaks the truth, and he is my proud husband. We are forming a collective, a community, the Hadrios. Join us, break your bonds, and be free. Okay. So, I am going to remove the demon army. They are going to... Many of them are just not going to be able to break their bonds because their will is just not powerful enough, but those demons who survive, Hattie is going to ask, like, those of you who would stand with us, cut down those in opposition. And the rest of the demon army is going to, like, kill those who won't defect or those who cannot. So I am going to convert them into a NPC faction.
Okay.
Or a special forces that deals an additional 1d12 damage.
And obviously the Galler Hall will stop once I wave out my arms and point them towards the undead army, right?
That's right. Okay. I think they hold this turn. And let you do this work. But I am going to update their macro to deal an additional d12. Okay. Stormeye Clan.
We're on armies or we're on PCs?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're Merrick and Cacophony.
Shannon, are you ready? Enabled? Are you ready to go?
Our camera's off.
Our camera's off. All right.
Cool.
As Cacophony is...
Here.
You're good.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I had to get water. Which
As
I left in the
Cacophony
kitchen.
looted the Archmage, Merrick will throw down his axe. And he will kneel down by the Archveiler. I don't know if she's still alive or if she can hear me, but he'll kneel in close to her ear and says, "The God's work will be done. He is just a puppet." And I will pick up the Archveiler's sword. And I will move forward in the army, and I'm going to go to the Grave Wardens, and I'm going to try and heal as many of them as I can. Bring their numbers back up, bolster them if I can.
Yes, many of them are injured, being moved to the back. Others are dying or dead, but there are plenty that you can heal.
Alright, I'm going to cast a spell, my big one, the heal spell.
14. Nice. Okay.
I will post it as the Grave Wardens heal for my maximum hit, so 25.
For 25. Oh my god.
Holy heck.
Look at that. Ooh, that number jumped. Very nice. Okay. Rick Moss, leader of the Grave Wardens and Allfather of the Moss family lineage, looks to you, exasperated, and just nods, and then charges forward again to cut down more undead. Cacophony, what are you doing?
I think Cacophony is like gonna do like a mass last rites for the soldiers that were like too far gone for Merrick to save, and that were already dead, and kind of like take their souls and like level herself up to make herself more powerful.
Okay.
Which will turn the tide of the battle.
Cool. Can you click that move just so we can refresh ourselves on how that works mechanically?
Absolutely. So, Undertaker.
Nice. All right. How many souls do you have right now?
I think I have 1.
Okay. Take 2 souls. I think your maximum is 4 right now because you leveled up.
Okay.
So we should edit that that move. Okay.
So 4 souls?
4 souls is maximum. You have 3. All right.
Oh, right.
Basil.
So the Kirill are gone, right?
They are all dead. Yep.
All right. Basil goes to kneel at the crumpled magpies who fell, check their condition.
Yeah, they, Duster is dead. Russell, is seriously injured. And Chitterchin is, like, looks to you, like, so, he's basically like, so Dufella and I, like, come with you? Do we try and resuscitate, like, help him? Do we leave him here up on the cliffside where he might stay safe, but it's a risk? What do we do?
I, FMA Brotherhood style, place a hand on the ground and some grass grows around it and cast a spell.
Nice. What are you trying to do?
Heal moderate wounds.
Perfect. Give me your cast a spell. That spell is now no longer available to you. Delete it from your character sheet.
Delete it from his character sheet?
Correct.
Damn.
Wow, that's harsh.
Your
Wine mom goddess, bro.
yeah. When you have a wine mom for a god,
that's a good point.
You weren't devoted enough.
And she's just like, yeah, here, have some power. You know, try and do something with it. And she is not helping you. Like, she is putting in minimal effort. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, you can't do that? All right, fine. We'll just try other stuff.
In a defeated Doctor Who couldn't save their patient moment, I find a shiny rock and place one on each of the bodies in a gesture familiar to crows, of putting shiny things on their dead.
Russell, I'm not dead yet. Just go. Just go.
Oh, I do have a healing potion. Fuck, can I use that?
Just give me that. Fuck. Oh, it burns.
I think
glug,
you're
glug,
just fucking comedy scene. Oh, let me pray.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, you and the Merry Magpies can head over to wherever you like, since they can fly and you're fast on Chives' back if you like, or if he likes.
And I make my way down towards. Do we find a sneaky path to rob the Slav? Like, are they sneaky enough that we can?
Yeah, if that's who you're gonna engage with next turn, yeah, you all descend down the cliffside. Okay. Especially, you know, since Chives he's a mountain, well, he's an ibex, but effectively a mountain goat. And the Merry Magpies can glide.
He is under the umbrella of mountain goats.
Yeah.
Can I telepathically be like, hey, have you freed up? We just got the left flank. Come join me soon, Basil.
Love you, bye.
Send the crows.
Okay. All right. Now we will switch over to army turns.
I think we reorganize and just skip our turn.
Yes. The Galler Hall army is kind of waiting in this waiting period while you recruit, and they are gonna come upon the left flank. All right. Storm Eye Clan.
I can slash in their way through the undead.
I love that you rotated that. Okay. Roll full damage, and they will roll full damage. Nice. They take 14. I will subtract 14.
Right, 10.
Okay. Yep.
God.
They've got 1 armor. Nice. Okay. Grave Wardens.
Oh, hold on, sir.
I'm sorry.
Stone Singers.
Have you looked at their spells yet?
Of course, I've looked at their spells.
Oh, they're so
I'm trying
fucking
to blast
good.
through my extra damage first.
Okay. Yeah,
I have ideas and thoughts and plans, but I need at least one more turn to set them up. However, I think the Storm Ice Stone Singers at this point will cast the spell Stone Storm.
Yes.
And once again, oh no, that's damage. I have to go to cast the spell. Sorry.
Yeah, they have a macro for their cast a spell.
Nope, they can't cast. Shit, that's 2 spells they fail.
right.
That's right.
And more holy water.
I'm getting the bad ones out of the way for the one that counts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I just know that I'm gonna roll good now.
This is great. That's all we need.
All right. Grave Wardens.
Oh boy. So we've got 85. Thank you for that, Merrick. Giving us some life back.
The undead ahead of you are more than double the Grave Warden's numbers, but they are not deterred.
I have a good spell for that as a part of my Undertaker, my Reaper class.
That's fair, but it's the Grave Warden's turn.
I know. I'm saddened. So we're gonna do a hack and slash, you guys. It's gonna be hack and slash again.
Okay, roll full damage. They will do the same. The Grave Wardens take 12, almost all of their recovered. Well, not quite half of their recovered health.
Jesus.
But we do 13
Yep.
damage.
For
kicking their ass.
For every 2 undead you kill, they take 1. As the slashing continues. Belder Clan. Andy.
Andaman Belder delivers a speech to rally the people, and they charge again and hack and slash.
Okay, roll full damage. The Belder
God.
Clan takes 10, and the Demon Army takes 5. Okay. Player turns. Wick. You've recruited more demons. Hell yeah.
Charge! We're going to do as Wick planned so long ago and roll the left flank all the way to the right. He's got a magical anti-undead sword that the last time I used it, it was literally just popping undead skulls.
Okay.
I don't know if it does any special damage to undead because we've never fought them again after I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I just heal off of it. Either way, we're charging. We're going ham.
Oh, you're poisoned, by the way. I forgot. You're poisoned.
I'm poisoned.
Yeah, you got hit by
yeah.
Thistlethel last week. That's what this purple dot is.
What is that?
You deal... Let me look at my note. I think it is 1d4 less damage.
Oh, okay.
But
wait.
the undead sword doesn't help to heal that?
I'm sorry. Roll 1d6 for healing? Now that you're engaging with the undead, actually roll me 2d6. And also the poison gets healed. So, never mind.
Okay.
That's the way that works. Yeah, you're full. Shit.
Alright. We go hard. We go ham. We fight until we fight, and then we fight some more. Skeletons ain't nothing but fodder to Wick Moss, Demon King.
Are you attacking the
charge.
variant undead? Or are you attacking the...
I'm attacking the army.
Yeah, okay.
And I will deal the extra 1d6 damage. Wait, hang on. If I do that extra 1d6 damage, am I gonna suffer like 5,000 attacks?
No, I'm just gonna roll their normal damage. Small damage. Which is, I think, 1d10 plus their
Alright.
bonus.
I'll take that.
1d10 plus 2. Yeah, you're healing constantly, so
Yeah, roll that damage for me, Nick.
take 9 minus armor.
Okay. 1d8 plus 1d8 plus, I think the sword had plus 2 as well, but no pen. 21 points of slashing damage. Look, I was going easy on the demons, guys. They're my bros now, alright?
Had to recruit them.
I had to. I will suffer 9 minus armor, which is 4.
Okay.
So this is how Bishop felt.
Merrick, Cacophony. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the internet troubles. We were just narrating what Merrick and Cacophony were doing. Brian, do you want to go first? It sounded like you have a couple things.
Or Merrick will pull from his pack the iron spikes of stone protection given to him by the member of... I never can remember his name. It's the chief of the religion of the Elder Clan.
Yes, it was the Entrust of Huge.
Huge, that's it.
Gromley Blessed Shield gave you these little spikes that basically prevent stone singing from having any effect in the area between them, and that's how they can change the entire city constantly without collapsing it on themselves.
Right.
Yes, thank you,
And
John.
I will give them to Rick Moss and say, Rick, distribute these around the perimeter. You have to encircle the Grave Wardens with them.
And
Slam
then-
them into the ground.
And he'll bark at a captain. You heard the man, and he'll just delegate. And several Grave Wardens will take them and spike them around the ever-growingly small Grave Warden army. So you all are protected from Grave Warden stone singing. I'll give this a green tint for the Grave Wardens and put it on the map layer. Oh, we can't see this. Here you go, chat. Sorry about that. Okay, Grave Wardens are protected.
Am I still able to act after getting Rick to do
Yes.
this?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Then Merrick will cast a spell and once again try to use heal on the Grave Wardens to recover their health.
Okay.
9.
9. Not bad.
I think I'm going to draw unwelcome attention to myself, put myself in a spot as I heal them for 25.
You cast your spell, and your connection with Worm feels like it is staticky a little bit. We've kind of described it as radio signals a little bit. You're detecting a little bit of static with the the red stars above you and lines drawn between them like constellations. It looks like these lines are like cracks in the sky, and they're they've grown a little bit here. There is yet another star turned red for the death of Archveiler Vina at the hand of Cacophony with a Veiler sword. So not only do you feel your connection a little, what's the word? Disrupted? It's not really disrupted, but you can tell that there's some static building. You also feel a presence here, and you feel someone watching you, like someone else kind of tuning in, and you look up on the right hill, or on the right cliff side, and you see a figure standing to your right, up on the cliff. Let me find a token for this. It is Vale himself watching you. I'm just gonna use a cultist token with a sword, even though Vale doesn't have a sword.
Okay, can I heal the Grave Wardens then for 25?
Yes, absolutely. They heal for 25. Oh my god, they're almost up to full again. Wow. Okay. Cacophony, what are you doing? Shannon.
Muted.
I did it again. I did it again.
Ah, we got him.
I just need a macro that's like, Shannon, it's your turn. Click. Shannon, unmute.
Yeah. Just kill me. It's fine. better this way. Cacophony's gonna castigate the evil undead. She's gonna rebuke them.
Ooh.
So I can try to use it on the variant undead, or I can like do it at large to the undead army.
Yeah, up to you. It's your call.
I'm gonna go undead army and try to get the biggest bang for my buck. And I rolled a practice roll of it earlier, and it was amazing.
Oh, we can just use that roll. That's fine.
Yep, let's
We
do
have
that because I
never
didn't
done
want to
that
try.
before.
I know.
I refuse. We are revolting right now if you let us use that roll.
Shannon,
Nick.
it's up to you if you wanna appease yourself or appease John.
Wow.
I'm gonna appease.
What? I would never get to use a
Shannon's
practice
gonna
roll.
appease herself.
Oh, sorry. What? It was a practice roll,
It
or,
was.
or were you?
Well,
Okay.
practice roll, but like
She was showing me the
I was
effect.
showing the
Okay.
effect.
All right. Then re-roll that. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Oh my
Well,
God.
how dare you? You just
And who is this?
Then-
Who is this on specifically?
the army.
The army.
undead
Okay. When you verbally rebuke an undead creature and spend 1 soul, so it sounds like you're down to 2 again. Roll plus charisma. On a 7 and 9, choose 1. You deal your damage ignoring armor. They don't have any armor because they're an army. You place a burden upon them, limiting their supernatural abilities. They don't really have any. The target may not come any closer to you as long as it locks its gaze. As long as you lock its gaze, or you may ask 2 questions. Right. Is this just damage?
Damage, just damage.
Okay, roll your damage, please.
Prepare to be underwhelmed.
That's 6.
Well,
Not bad. Okay.
not good. Not bad.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I wanna. This is like supposed to be particularly useful against undead, and you are spending a resource. I guess the resource is you're not exposing yourself to an attack. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was contemplating like, do I just give you like double damage on this particular move? Or no, because you're just not exposing yourself to an attack. Okay. Let's go with Basil and Chives. You were gonna, with the Merry Magpies, go after Rob the Slob, yes?
Yes, and we have lowered ourselves down to a perfect covered camouflage sniping position lower down on the valley wall.
Okay.
And
Volley, then?
and we're gonna volley with the poison arrows, the bloodweed. Rob the Slob. Rob the Slob is not aware of us, right?
No.
And I would like to do a called shot.
Okay, give me a called shot.
And we are aiming for the main tentacle.
Okay. That is a 9. Tentacles like elephant trunks. He's spitting acid everywhere. You are not attempting to get in close, so you don't even have to deal with him spewing acid everywhere. Okay. So when you attack a defenseless, blah, blah, blah. Arms, they drop anything they're holding. Legs, they're hobbled and slow moving. Okay, so their damage, the damage of the right demon army is going to be reduced this turn, is the effect here. And your bloodweed arrowing them, so they deal even less damage. Okay. Great. So you take out one of his trunks.
Do we not deal damage as well?
You can deal your damage or name your target
Target. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll keep that.
on a called shot. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, he is basically going to be removed as an NPC for the turn. All right. So we'll switch over to army mode. Gallerhall and Stormeye Clan attacking the left undead army.
Attack. Charge. Okay.
So, the way I think that I am going to change this, since they are now fighting on 2 fronts, is they will always deal small damage if they get to deal damage at all.
Okay.
So, even on your partial success, it is basically counted as a full success. and that is the bonus here.
They deal 0 damage.
What?
It looks like they do...
They deal 13, according to...
Well...
What's going on with their
we're
macro?
missing a 2d10, keep 1 in there, too.
Let me look in there. Macro.
They deal 13 plus the highest of 2d10. But the macro is... Oh, no, never mind.
Plus...
Yeah, it's just a 4 macro. There's like
Yeah.
a thing missing.
Yeah.
Space
I'm trying to
plus
figure it out right now.
I could roll it, man.
Oh, this is
Roll
damage.
2d10, John. And then we'll add 13 to it. While Nick fixes it.
Plus,
Okay,
plus.
each one?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I added an extra plus. There we go. Okay, so save. That should work now. I'm still gonna have you deal 13 damage to the left undead army.
I can re-roll it right now if you want.
Okay, yeah, roll.
He's gonna need to reroll. Because, yeah.
Holy fuck, bud.
That looks a little bit right. Rather than the... What do you call?
Wow. Okay, yeah, 26. That seems right.
The extra 1d12 really helped out with that 11.
Woo. Okay.
2 11s in a row, actually.
And so they will deal small damage to you since you got a partial success. So you take 4. I'll subtract that. Storm My Clan.
The Stormite clan will use this opportunity to press forward on the undead, hacking and slashing once again. They roll a 9, so they will deal their damage.
And you will take 4 as well. -1 is 3. Wow, 15. The left side is really cleaning up here.
All right,
Rolling.
and then the Stormeye Stone Singers will now make their move as Merrick yells across, "Oh, execute Order 69!" And then the entire Stormeye Stone Singers
You've got it.
will look towards the right undead army, and they will cast a spell, hopefully not fucking up this time.
Don't fuck it up.
There's a 7. Partial success.
Okay.
They are terrible at casting spells. They are going to cast Earthquake.
Okay.
Rolling horribly.
You evoke a mighty earthquake, which is this is supposed to say, which is charged with so much power that you make the very ground shake and tear. You can use the spell to tear down a wall or fortifications or inflict widespread damage. Deal 2d6 to an enemy and all adjacent armies. Take -2 to cast your next spell, so they have -2 penalty on their next cast a spell, and they are targeting the right undead army.
Yes, which will then hit the left undead army.
Oh
The
wow!
right demon army will hopefully deal damage to the walls behind them, unless you do not let me. But the Grave Wardens adjacent to them will be protected by the iron spikes.
Okay, I'm just gonna take -3 off of all of the variant undead and demons as well. Okay, the earthquakes and shatter, so the camera is way above the battlefield. What exactly does the earthquake look like?
What is the earthquake like? I think the Stone Singers sing to move the earth, but instead of moving the earth on the surface, they get things deep below the ground. They maybe put their hands on the earth and kind of mutter and sway back and forth and hum, and then the ground reverberates and shakes, and just everything underneath that right undead army starts shaking back and forth as cracks split in the earth. Undead fall into the holes. Trees shift and fall and smash skeletons everywhere, and reverberates out, stopping at the Grave Wardens. It doesn't stop at the walls, is the real question.
Give me a 2d6 -2, please.
Seven.
The cracks you can see are going up the walls of Whaler's Hold, towards where you can see sigils marked on the walls. Enchantments providing this magic that protects Whaler's Hold. The magic manages to get under the shield and has damaged the walls, but it is not enough to disrupt the pattern that they have placed around the wall. But it is clearly effective. So the next time they do this, if at all, the roll for the wall will give is 2d6 minus 1 instead. They have plus 1. Moving for minus 1 ongoing. The wall has minus 1 ongoing, basically, to any attempts to break it. Or plus 1 for you all. Okay. Grave Warden army. The Grave Wardens see this earthquake moving towards them, and the earth just like it's rippling and waving, and it just stops at these spikes that had been placed in the ground just in time to prevent this stone singing magic from impacting them. What is the Grave Warden army up to, Shannon? Unmute, please.
Well,
yes, nice.
My lesson this time, I did hit the unmute. I think that they're maybe a little bit skittish, and they don't realize like that they're going to be protected. So I think they're maybe like stumbling into each other, like trying to like back away from this onslaught of earth that's coming towards them. And then I think that when they realize that it's happening everywhere but them, they like are like amping themselves up and like getting pumped. Like, yeah, we're gonna fuck some shit up. So I'm gonna. Like I think they're what's it called? They're rallying, you know.
Yes.
It feels like the tides are turning, so they're like extra. They give like a beefy yell and they fucking hack and slash and
do it. Do it. Nice.
Ball sack. All right.
All right.
I tried.
Roll full damage, please, and they will do the same. Ooh, the Grave Wardens will take 12 damage. Fortunately, they've been getting healed a ton. I think they've received like 50 healing in the last 2 rounds or so.
They need it. They're shitters, apparently.
They sure do. Okay, I've subtracted 12 and 10. Okay, moving on to the Belder Clan army. Andy.
Same as before. We continue the grind and we hack and slash.
Okay, full damage for both. They deal 7, minus 2 is 5. I'll subtract the 5, and I will subtract the 7 from them. Well done. Okay. Vale.
Are we dealing less damage this turn?
Yes, they are. I'm sorry. Yes. So they will deal minus slash R 1d4 plus 1 less damage. They deal 3 less damage, so I will refund that to the Belders. Okay. All right. Merrick, you've made eyes of Vale, who is standing, this cloaked figure that you cannot mistake, standing, watching the battlefield. Wick, your connection with Vale allows you to sense his presence as well, and he is simply standing there. But suddenly, you hear his voice in your mind. Not enough have died. Use your blade. Cut down these dwarves, these humans, these orcs, whatever it takes to bring down the Veil.
LOL. It's not time for it to come yet.
Are you holding your blade?
I'm using the anti-undead. So.
Yeah. You feel within you, Wick, the blade within you that Vale granted you, it is fighting you. It is resisting your will. You're going to take -1 ongoing to do anything related to the power Vale has granted you. Okay. Using that blade, casting any magic. That since Vale has granted that magic to you.
That's fine.
Okay. And you all see Vale like leap down into the battlefield, into the Belder army.
Howdy, your gods here. Any advice?
I'll leave him visible. He's in the Belder army. And he does have a blade this time, and it is black. Like yours, Wick. What do you do?
I look to my wife, who is a demon whose powers exceed all known logic.
What the fuck was that?
That's a god. Alright.
Oh.
I've got this sword that's super sick in me. Can I trade it?
Can you trade it?
Yeah. I'm asking Hattie, who has the properties of ripping out cosmic bullshit and exchanging it for other kinds of things.
I'm sorry, my love. I have nothing to exchange for it.
Your love.
Isn't that what people who are married say?
Yeah, but I want your love. Come on. Give me a schmack. Alright,
Oh my God.
She smacks you in the face.
I'm just kidding.
Roll 2d6 for healing, please.
I will do so.
I'm assuming you're gonna full heal.
Yeah.
Yep, barely, but yes.
Okay. Hattie, I'm gonna go eat a god.
Let's
Wish me luck.
do it.
Oh, you want to come with me? Bae, Schnitzel! Potty man!
Oh right, you're on the ground. Is she flying Schnitzel?
I assume someone is on Schnitzel.
I mean, she doesn't control Schnitzel, but she's trying to imitate what you've done to control him. Yeah. You're just able to command Schnitzel. She's like, I'm coming to get you, my love. And you're like, I'm commanding Schnitzel in my mind. It's fine.
I jump up. She catches me with her great big arms and hands. I'm gonna go fly to the Belder clan. To consume Vale.
Okay.
I don't know what that looks like mechanically.
I think this turn you're flying. You're moving all across the battlefield, and then you're like kind of hovering over the Belder clan, and then you spot Vale, who is like, he's being stealthy. He is like blending in. He is being small and meek, and he is just like sneaking up behind dwarves and killing them. I'm gonna roll some dice to see how many he kills. Oh, nice.
Telepathically, then, at least Basil and the Merry Magpies will get wind of this. As I telepathically communicate to him. Get to your fucking father before he's assassinated by a god.
All right. So with your turn, you're able to locate Vale.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. American Cacophony once again.
Shannon, you go first this time, please.
Okie doke. I think that Cacophony is going to use Castigate again towards the... Because, I mean, at this point, she doesn't know that Vale is in the... She didn't see him drop down into the... Okay. Damn it. Okay. So, yeah, she's gonna go after the undead army, or the variant undead at the top there. Because that's another big bad that she can focus her energies on.
Don't forget, you can spend channel points to redeem +1 bonuses to our players. John just failed a fucking roll, though, so nothing happens.
That is a bummer.
Yes, John did redeem another one, though, to give you, Shannon, +1 forward the next time you roll Last Breath.
Thank you.
Because John's an asshole.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna die! You were like in the fight and I get 1 AP!
Alright, give me your Castigate, Shannon, and spend 1 soul. I believe you're down to 1 now?
Yeah, down to 1.
Okay, give me a Castigate. Remind us what that looks like to like... Ooh!
That is not good.
What is Castigate supposed to look like? Cacophony?
So I imagine that Castigate is like she's using like her power that she's been imbued with but like it's a charisma roll, you guys. She's not a charismatic person, so she doesn't mean it. Like she doesn't take any of this seriously. But like Castigate would be like, you know, I rebuke thee, like, you know, that kind of like get out, you gross, like something like that. But she's just not. Her heart isn't in it. She's just like, this feels dumb. I want to just stab things. I don't know how to use god powers, so.
Okay. You're gonna take some damage. Take 6 damage.
Oh,
As the undead you speak at, for some reason, do not respond to you.
interesting.
And that's minus armor. So if you have any armor, you can take that as a refund. How about you, Merrick? What are you up to?
Underdog. I do. Okay.
Is cacophony. First of all, I'm going to say, Rick, hold the line. I can't keep healing the Grave Wardens. I have to help the Storm Eyes.
We'll do our
And
best. Do what you got to do.
I'm going to move to the Storm Eye Clan.
Okay.
And while I'm moving there, I'm going to try to cast a spell on myself and try to heal myself up.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds this time.
Okay.
Cast a spell. 8. I don't want to revoke this. But I don't want to take -1 on going either. Tell you what, I'm going to take -1 on going to cast a spell, but I'm also going to end my bless on the Storm Clan.
Ooh. Okay, I will remove that from their macro. Thank you.
Which then will still leave me casting it normal because of my Serenity ability that allows me to ignore the first -1 on going now.
And that gave them +1 to hit and defend, right? Can you link me bless?
This should have only given them +1 forward. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will update their bonuses.
Okay.
All right. Perfect.
And then I will Cure Light Wounds.
Okay.
Where I roll an 8 plus my devoted healer, which is 7, so I'll heal for 15 and be topped off.
Oh, welcome, Magic Flying Moron. I don't recall who you are, but welcome.
That's my homie.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Love Shannon's
I
homies.
recognize you.
With a name like that, it's a surprise I don't remember it.
And now I am in the front lines of the Storm Eye Clan. And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Basil and Chives. Basil, I don't know if you've noticed, because you're like looking down on the battlefield. You saw a figure fly past you. You're not quite sure what it was because you were focusing on aiming at Rob the Slob. But you see Wick and Hattie flying on Schnitzel, diving towards the Belder clan at whatever flew past you. And that is Vale. We would know. I don't know if you know.
It looks ominous, and I call to the magpies, lift us, take us there, now, post haste.
You got
Fly
it!
with the speed of a magpie.
You got it, Chief. We're on the way.
Where that Wick guy is?
Where that strange black shadow is, drop me straight over on top of it.
Titanfall. They join the Belder clan, and you get dropped down face to face with Vale as he is like.
And sorry, can Chives and I pull out my short swords and Chives headbutt going straight down, dive bombing from up above?
I'm gonna need like some sort of check to coordinate with the Merry Magpies and get like a direct hit on this guy.
Yes.
It'll be probably like a dex check.
All right, hang on.
High danger
Can we set the stakes a little bit higher? If
Yeah,
he fails this roll, can fucking Chives do a top 10 anime betrayal and be working for Vale as a weird fucking go-demon from hell?
That's up to Andy. I can't.
What do you say, Andy? You want to take a bet?
No, Chives is true.
I agree with that decision.
He's a noble steed.
Lame.
All right, give me a dex check to, as John puts it, triple Sal Cal. Bullshit.
Hell yeah. You're just spinning.
No, I'm just straight up like knives, knives akimbo like this, and next to Chives who's just horns forward going straight down.
What's it called in an Assassin's Creed when you just leap off the tallest building and dive into the...
Leap of faith.
Yeah, you leap of faith. How does one aid this pancake? If you have enough channel points, Greg, you can spend them to give a with aid interfere. Otherwise, you know, thoughts and prayers, I guess. Do you have enough points, Greg? Because Andy needs to roll.
It's 5,000 points.
It is 5,000 points. It's expensive.
You rolled an 8. It's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. You did roll dex. You already rolled dex. Okay. Yeah. So you go ahead and roll your damage, Basil. Let's see what you do. It's on. It's on cooldown. Okay.
I get Chives' bonus ferocity, I believe, as well.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead. All right, you manage to strike at the form that is Vale, and as Wick is flying in, he is, I don't know, Wick, are you surprised to see that, like, Vale's robes are cut? And this is not a avatar?
Yeah, a little bit.
Vale is actually here.
Good. Tasty.
Vale swings out at you, Basil, dealing key -1 +1. Oops, shit. Hang on.
Just one shot.
No rerolls.
And now it is stuck on. Oh, that's better.
All right.
Hey, Andy, take 13 damage minus armor.
Hey.
No pen?
Nope. No penetration.
No
No.
armor pen?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna shit on this clown. I'm coming, Basil.
Oh my god.
It's time for
Who are
armies.
you? One of Wick's friends, I suppose.
I'm one of Flo's friends. You motherfucker.
Leave or be added to the stars. And he, like, raises his blade to swing at you again. Go ahead.
Not get an action. Oh, I was gonna say I fucking roll with a beautiful precision across the ground to escape his blade, all the while calling on Flo to grow up the grass around us.
Are you trying to cast a spell and dodge?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Give me defy danger dex. Wick, are you helping? As you
Wait,
fly
what's
in.
happening?
Vale's about to
Rolling out
kill
of the way.
Basil. What do you do? What are you doing?
Oh, I thought we were still in turtle.
We're
no.
zooming in on a
Let's settle
moment
this.
here.
We're settling
We're
this.
zooming in
Hell
on a
yeah.
moment. Yeah.
We are crashing Schnitzel directly into him like a cruise missile.
Okay.
Because a cruise missile knows where it is by knowing where it isn't, and it needs to be inside of Vale right now.
Okay.
Then me and Hattie are gonna jump off because she can fucking hover, and she's bigger than me. And we're just gonna land normally and mow down this kid. I don't know if I can't help Basil doing that. So if anything, good luck.
Does Schnitzel have stats?
He does have stats.
I need a con check from Schnitzel.
Doesn't Schnitzel have 1 HP at this point?
He
No.
has 4 hit points. Okay.
Okay. Okay, give me a con check. But I'm pretty sure Schnitzel's dead.
All right. He has +1. It's a
Okay,
7.
yeah, you crash into Vale, which stops him from hitting Basil. Basil's able to roll away, but Vale just completely cuts through Schnitzel. What does it look like as Schnitzel is unsummoned?
Schnitzel was always made of shadow. He wasn't actually a real demon. He just looked like one.
Okay.
So if anything, he cuts at it, and like ribbons of dark light begin to cut and de-solidify into this dust that then dissipates within the sky.
All right. Chives like
Arms
hops.
of an angel's blaze.
Yeah, Chives hops back, Basil tumbles out of the way as Vale is distracted for but a moment before he was about to kill you, Basil, and you can feel that menacing bloodthirst. Like, he is here to kill people. He has been cutting people down. I'm going to roll again for kills. We're up to 62 red stars in the sky. At 50, they started to connect in constellations. But here we have Wick and Basil, Chives, and Hattie all, like, you know, Avenger style assembling, facing down Vale, who just like Archveiler Vina, but with a lot more, like, easier of a time. He just sweeps his hand up and basically collects dust from the sky. Like, it looks like there is this weird kind of shimmering in the sky above you with these kind of cracks in the sky, and he just kind of like waves his hand up, and suddenly in his hand is magic, raw potential energy. We will have. I
lop his arm off.
We will come back to this moment. We're gonna cut over to the armies. Gallerhall and Stormeye Clan attack the undead army. Give me your hack and slashes unless you're defending.
Gallerhall attack.
Nice. Full damage.
They full damage. Hopefully it works.
They deal 3 back. I'll mark 3.
That's still not correct. It's now missing the 2d10 entirely.
A 1, a 2, an 8. What the fuck? Okay.
I'm just gonna roll.
There's no plus after.
Yeah, I see that. I will fix that. Edit.
All right, 21 damage. I just.
Oh, this is damage. Plus 1d12.
Guys, it's fine. This is the last time.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, save. All right, so, whoa, 21 damage.
Yep.
Stormeyes will hack and slash as well.
Oops.
They will get a partial success, but they still only take minimal damage because the left undead army is sandwiched. Correct?
Sorry, what was that last part?
The left undead army is sandwiched between 2 armies, and so therefore only does the minor damage.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is still a badass roll.
Yep, I've subtracted it, and you deal 9 more. Very nice. The left undead army.
Stormeye Storm Singers will once again earthquake the right undead army. This one is going to be at a -2, but they will make their roll. It may fail, but there's no other spell that needs to be cast at this point. This is the spell that matters. They will roll a 6 for any way I can aid that.
If you spend your turn aiding it, yes. If you spend your next turn aiding.
Yeah, I'm going to try it. You're going to roll it now?
Yep.
And that'll just be Merrick's action. He will try to aid.
Okay. Roll 2d6, because you don't have a bond with them. Which technically shouldn't allow you to do this, but you just crit on it, so I'm going to allow it. Roll damage, please.
It's unfortunate that wasn't my earthquake damage.
Yeah, no kidding.
6 damage to all variant undead warriors,
all
right, left undead
They're
army,
dead.
and the demon army.
They have 1 HP. They get -6. They're dead. They have 1 HP. The consumer loses one of its pieces. Rob the Slob takes 6. This army takes -6. And I believe I applied it to the right undead army.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so...
And the walls. We're now at 2d6 -1,
Yep.
correct?
Give me a check.
9.
Okay. The walls are flickering. The magic seems to be weakened. If any PC would like to move through the wall on their next turn, they can. There has been an opportunity. Meanwhile, the Rust brothers are going to continue to raise undead, and several of them are going to fire bolts of energy at you all. Okay, so that is +3 to this army.
Is the undead not canceled out by?
Oh, that's true. That's true. So they are trying something else instead. They are all firing bolts of energy. Merrick takes 6 damage minus armor. Cacophony take 1 damage minus armor. Wick take 5 damage minus armor.
Okay.
Basil take 2 damage minus armor. The Gallarhall army is going to take 6 damage, and the last one is going to deal 4 damage to the Belders, which is reduced to 2 damage. Okay. Okay, that was the Stormeye Clan Grave Wardens. Shannon, you're muted.
Damn it, yes, okay. We're gonna get it right. Okay, so I'm rolling for the Grave Wardens now?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. That is a partial success. They will roll full damage, and so will you. They deal 13 to you. They deal 6 to you.
We deal 13.
All right, I subtract 6 from Grave Wardens, but 13 from the Undead. Very nice. So they're at about half now. And finally, the Belder clan.
At urging from Basil, who has joined up with Gandamin,
Yes.
They reform their lines to create concentric circles around Vale, and create a battle perimeter for people fighting the god, and a sort of circular wall of shields to protect them against the...
They have a few Stone Singers among them. I think he orders them to form like a circle around you all of stone. Not that that's going to contain literally any of you, but at least it, visually separates you all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have about an hour left of scheduled time. Does anyone need a quick break before we continue?
Just to get some more water or whatever.
Okay, yeah. Feel free to take... You can go get some water, Shannon. Okay. In that case, here's what I'm gonna do. It looks like you all, except for the right side, but pretty much the armies are gaining control of the battlefield. And I think that moving forward, what's going to be narratively interesting is focusing on what you all are doing. Would anyone disagree with just zooming in on the players at this point?
Yeah, it's fine.
I wouldn't disagree, assuming that eventually Hattie will also help to convince the right side demon army to join up.
Yeah, I think there'll be opportunity for that as long as Wick and or Hattie don't die.
Well, yeah, I just meant I don't want to ignore that army as they're still whittling away at the...
Yeah. But I think there's just like a visual shift like that the camera has where it's like been panning to the armies, and it's clear like Gallarhall and the Stormeye clan, like, Torvald's lost half his people, but like they're about to completely shatter that left side. And like just like their defenses are collapsing. So I think it's just more narratively interesting for it to focus in on our heroes. So, yeah, Merrick is supporting the left side and will continue to support like the complete obliteration of Whaler's Hold's defenses. But we have Vale here. And as we mentioned last time, we've got this like Avengers Assemble moment between Wick, Basil, Chives, and Hattie. So Vale, he doesn't really take a particularly offensive or defensive stance, but he has a blade and magic manifesting in his hand, and he begins to wave his hand or gesture his hand out towards you all with the magic. What do you do?
Alright, guys. Wick's not normally described as being fast, but he is fast. He is super dexterous. His hair is more or less made of some sort of metal-ish wire, even though it looks silky smooth. He darts forward, unafraid, agile, quick. He was born for this. If it was not going to be Rust, it had to be Vale. And he charges.
Okay.
Alone, if need be.
Basil, what are you doing?
I will aid Vic's rush by sending Chives with him to join in the charge, and myself.
Okay. Give me an aid. Okay. That's +1 to Wick.
Is this a hack and slash?
It is. Hang on, let me look at my notes for Vale really quick.
Are you telling me you can't be hacked after stabbing like 16 people? And then stabbing
I'm
your
saying
boy Basil in the chest?
he's a god who literally can do whatever he wants. I need
But
a
he's
dex.
mortal now. He doesn't get that cop out, bro.
I mean, all of the gods are mortal to a point, but they also are incredibly powerful. I need a dexterity check for you to be as fast as you say you are.
That's a 9. I'm fast. Oh boy. That is a +1 due to Hattie. If it is a +1 from aid, it would be attack.
What is Hattie doing to help here?
I don't know. You told me that she just gave me a +1 as long as she's doing it. Positive reinforcement.
Yeah. Get him, boss.
I assume since Chives is attacking, Hattie syncs up with Chives' demon elements and adds fervor to his attack.
He's finally accepted it. Welcome to the demon fold.
Oh my god. Okay, what does this mean? A partial success that Chives is also implicated in.
I'm in too. I'm right next to him.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to decide
Hattie
what
does
the.
a fastball special, like Greg says. She just
Do I-
scoops all up and yeets us.
Do I also hack and slash, or am I just aiding and interfering?
We haven't even gotten to the hack and slash.
No, you're
yet.
aiding. You're aiding.
Okay.
Okay. You can deal your damage to Vale, but he is going to seriously damage you, Hattie, and Basil.
I haven't even rolled to attack yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is just getting close.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to hack and slash because Vale is using magic, so whatever is going to happen is going to happen. This is the consequence of a partial success. Like, I'm saying you're gonna, like, you can roll damage, or you can avoid getting blasted by Vale. You're that fast. This is not a hack and slash. He is not like. He is not trying to like go toe to toe with you. He is just trying to annihilate you.
Then we all have to synchronize dodge
Okay.
and hit the dodge roll.
Okay, so you zoom in, you know, like Hattie at your side, Basil at your side, and Chives, and Vale lets loose just this torrent of energy. It ripples out like a wave, but you're leading this charge, Wick, and you get everyone to just like back off or dodge at the last second, and it's apparent that Vale is incredibly like he has full control of the ether that is pouring through, and going toe to toe with him is extremely risky. Like, you're not quite sure what he was trying to do to you there, but it was very potent with energy. So you missed.
Basil, I need a better opening. Shoot him in the fucking face.
I can try that. I honestly figured Hazel might die and I could last breath plead to flow. Alright, let's I'll tuck and roll and launch a volley of Bloodweed
Okay.
at Vale.
Give me a volley.
It's volley with 3 prep.
Then 1.
Plus 1 is
Plus one.
a 7. Go ahead and subtract a prep. And that is a partial success. So I believe a partial success for volley is you need to put yourself in a spot, deal less damage, or take -1 ammo. I don't remember exactly.
It's -1.
It's up to Andy though. I don't remember what the partial success options are.
It says deal your damage and choose one. You have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice. Or you have to take what you can get -1d6. And then the other one is you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1. So yeah, you got them all.
I reduced my ammo. I have no longer any Bloodweed arrows anymore.
Okay, roll your damage. The arrow pierces Vale's right shoulder, and he quickly waves a hand over it, repairing the damage.
But in that opportunity, while he's distracted, Wick's gotta be able to move forward.
Yeah, give me your hack and slash then.
Here we go, boys.
This is with the Moss family blade.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is a 7. That is my command roll.
I love that you put the roll as the details, so you can just copy
so I can
paste
just
that.
copy it.
That's so good, John. Nice.
Alright, he attacks me,
Okay.
but I attack him. Here we
Okay.
go, boys. I do 18 points of damage to him.
Oh my gosh.
FYI, dragons have like 16 hit points. I suffer 12. Minus armor.
This ignores all armor
Why does this one ignore armor?
because it's a god.
It's a god.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Like he's going for your neck.
It doesn't make sense. Armor does nothing. LOL. I subtracted 12. I'm gonna heal 2d6 from the undead dying though, right?
It's 1d6 because you're not directly next to undead.
I'll take it. I have to take it.
Oh
guys.
shit.
I gotta argue for every single thing. What does 18 damage look like as I cut into Vale, stabbing him
Where are you aiming for?
right in the sternum, right where it will mirror the strike that I received by this same sword before he fed me a damn fairy and turned me into this abomination.
Vale's sword drops to the ground and he reels back. For the first time, his hood falls back over his head. And Wick, you... I don't know what your reaction is. I don't want to describe your reaction, but what you see is what looks like a thin, pale, weak teenager of a man. Long, straight black hair covering his over one of his eyes and covering over his ears. Kind of just a defeated looking face. You can tell even without the blades shoved through his chest. This is just a sad. This person just has a sad looking disposition and the look of a teenager. Certainly younger than you were when you were taken advantage of by the Rust brothers, cheated into stealing the Moss family sword, and killed and left for dead. What is...
I don't care what he presents himself as. Neither does Wick. Wick knows this guy is an ageless abomination who has torn his life apart. Every single action he has done is led to a horrible outcome and is going to kill everybody if left alone. His physical features mean nothing to Wick, who has been mutated, mutilated, has permanently bleeding eyes. His tear ducts no longer work. He had to kill his best friend, his only friend in his entire life, because of this man's machinations. He's married a demon. He's gonna have to kill every other god or die. Look, no matter what this creature looks like, it matters not. I will not be charmed, Wick says, as he begins to pull up towards Vale's heart.
I'm gonna need a Defy Danger Dexterity as Vale meekly raises a hand and tries to use his divine authority to rewind time and undo the damage that has been done.
There we go. That's a 10.
In the moment, much like Thanos, where he's like, you should have gone for the head, and he snapped his fingers, Vale attempts to raise his hand and use the magic of the ether and his power as a god to rewrite time and undo your attack. But it does not matter.
Put my fingers in his hand and lace them. Take control of that magic.
What are you trying to do?
Consume it. Through my arm, through this inner well of magic that I have been fostered with and bred within, I wish to consume a tugging motion, a reverse fireball, if you will.
Wick, I need you to roll cast a spell at -3.
That is 2d6 -1.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll. That is a failure. But does Hattie give me a +1?
No.
She's not
No.
magical demon who exchanges things, Nick.
She is magical, but
her husband.
she does not know what like, she cannot help you with this. No one can help you with this. Leia god. And there are no gods here aiding you. Certainly not Vale.
True.
What were you trying... If you had the power to rewrite history in this moment, what would you do? Wick.
If I had the power to rewrite history?
Yeah. If, like, there was a moment in this battle that you could rewrite, what would it be?
I'm winning. I would just want the power. I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to stop him from doing that, right?
It's a very fatalistic answer. Can Basil grab the dropped sword while this is going on?
Yeah. You rush forward, contain the situation, grab Vale's sword, put it on him to make sure. But Wick grabs Vale's hand as he manifests more ether in the magic. And like a reverse lightning bolt, Wick, this arc of lightning arcs from your and Vale's clasped hands up into the sky towards the stars. I need you to roll me a d50, please, Wick.
Oh no.
35. An auspicious number. As we kind of sky beam.
The left undead army collapses under the power of the Gallarhall army and the Stormeye clan. Merrick rushes across the battlefield past the Grave Wardens and their protection from the Stone Singing, the Stormeye clan raising up stone to attack the right undead army as orcs, Grave Wardens, and Stormeye warriors charge towards the right undead army. Merrick rushes past this, calls to Cacophony and Lynn as they rush towards this circular wall of stone. They clamber over it to see what is unveiling. The sky looks like it is ripping apart. The cracks in the constellations are just exploding, barely holding on by but a thread. Merrick, Cacophony, you arrive at this scene as Wick lowers the hand of Vale as this arc of lightning rushes up into the sky as the sky is like exploding. Vale's head, which you can now see his actual physical features as it, like, the light is leaving his eyes. What do you do?
What?
Oh man, I think she wants to like stab him with a Veiler's sword and like bring the rest of the sky down.
Where are we? Are we inside? You said we were moving towards the walls.
You're in it. You are all of the party, and Lynn are here.
Hail is going down. The sky is falling apart. I think Merrick would turn to Cacophony and say, "The Rust Brothers are here. It is time to end this." And he would charge forward.
I think the Storm Eye Stone Singers are using the rest of their magic to tear down the walls of Whaler's Hold. The barrier is falling. The armies are charging forward to destroy the rest of the undead. And all that remain is a demon army that looks afraid and ready to give up. If only they had a choice, but they are being controlled. And the Rust Brothers behind the walls, you can see them, are no longer casting magic. That's not true. They're desperately flinging spells down at the armies that are overwhelming their city. And here you all stand with Vale, who's just barely clinging on to life.
I think Cacophony is going to try and end it with Vale by like going for the head with the Veiler's sword. So like that's the ultimate justice. Is like this is the thing that he wanted to see done, was to see the sky brought down and magic unleashed on the world, but he won't be alive to see it because he'll be the last sacrifice.
So Wick is standing here holding his hand. Basil is standing here brandishing his sword to his head. Merrick is and Lynn are climbing over the walls with you, and you dive forward. Wick, you feel Cacophony's presence behind you as she dives forward to slay the god who transformed you.
Take that hit. I'm getting in the way of that sword. I'm not letting her just stab Vale.
Why? Don't you want him to die?
I want to kill him.
Don't be that guy, Wick.
He
Don't
has
be
always
guy.
been mine.
always
How
been
dare
that guy.
you try to ninja kill him?
I'm a Reaper. Let me take this dude.
My sword's in his chest.
You're-
I'm holding his magical hand.
Okay, well then.
I want to kill him.
Your friends, those who you trust, try and take what is yours, Wick.
This fucking guy. All right. Fine. I will not slay him. I'll be like, finish the fucking job.
I do so. If I could just get a moment.
I'll push his hand up.
I can Pirates of the Caribbean style toss you Vale's sword if you want it for the epic move.
Do it. Kill him with his own sword. Oh my gosh.
What I was gonna do, but you know,
My family
No.
blood is already within him. Poetically, this is the weapon that changed my life.
Oh,
It
man.
only makes sense that it ends Vale's. I'm speaking out of character. Wick
In
rams his
character.
sword up.
Is
The character Basil says, "You're gonna fuck this up for the moment. Just kill him."
Just
I'm
do
trying!
it.
Stop talking!
What are you waiting for, Wick?
I just said I rammed my sword into his chest, Nick! Come on!
Oh, fuck. That sounds painful.
It is.
Wick, as you raise your blade, you hear the sound of bells. It is the sound that you would associate with Rust. He is drawing near. Do you wait? Do you hesitate? Or do you do it?
I finish him. I want his blood in my body. And I also want to heal for another one in case I need to kill Rust.
You thrust your blade into Vale. And with his last gasp, he says, "It's coming." And his body falls limp, and he falls onto the ground. Wick, your magic is gone.
Good.
You still possess the blade, but in your hand it feels lighter. And yet also heavier. You feel an emptiness, but also content. Yes. Like a weight has been lifted, and yet a new weight cast upon you. Rust appears over the berm. Glow does not appear. Who appears? Hang on. I think it's just Rust.
I think it's just Rust.
Yeah, Raven would not show.
Raven?
Does not show up with
That's not true. I think Raven does show. I think flying from over the horizon are the Raven sisters and Raven. They're on approach. But Rust is standing here before you and says, "Ah. Vale is dead then." And by your hand, no less, Wick Moss. Congratulations.
I don't know if Wick even notices them. He heard the bells.
Yeah.
How light is Vale? Is he like light as a feather? Is he...
He's not heavy. He is a meek, thin man. Like 90 pounds.
Oh.
Alright, Wick's gonna get a little gross, guys.
Please take care,
no.
John.
Already impaling this man through the heart. Not even man, just God. Wick lifts him up into the air. And like a strange abomination, like a snake unhinging his jaw, begins to drink up the blood that is flowing down his sword arm and just off his body and into his mouth. What does divinity taste like, Nick?
That's a mess.
While I think about that question, what are the rest of, how are the rest of you reacting and thinking and feeling?
I think Cacophony's pretty grossed out because, like, even as a carrion eater, she's like, it doesn't feel right when someone who is not a carrion eater does the thing that Wick is doing, and she's like giving him like the, ooh, no.
It's like salt and boom, says Milton.
No.
What about the rest of you? Basil, Merrick?
Basil, go ahead. I think Merrick is there. I think I'm in the walls.
Basil, holding Gil's sword, turns to Gandaman to check in and point out that there's something else approaching the battlefield. And potentially rally the doors to turn on Rust.
Basil turns a blind eye like Flo does, Nick. How thematic and fitting.
Sorry, before Merrick narrates, what sword did you kill Vale with?
The Moss family
Okay.
blade.
Not the one that Cacophony offered you?
I was offering it.
Oh, okay.
The one,
Thank you.
The one that Vale had dropped.
Okay. Merrick.
I think Merrick has gone with the armies into the walls, into Whaler's Hold. As his focus for the entire battle was on keeping the armies alive anyway. And as he's pressing in and sees the Brothers of Rust being swarmed upon, he will ask Worm, is it done? Have we done enough? Is the veil coming down?
It's nearly there. Just a few more. Merrick, please. We will be able to do so much. Is there any of them left?
There are Rust Brothers ahead. I hope you know what you're doing.
Can you kill any of them with the Veiler's blades? With Vale? Can Vale do anything? Is anyone left? Kill them with their weapons. Any souls native to this land. Do it.
I am left.
3 more must die.
I'll move forward. I have the sword of Archveiler Vina that I picked up. And I will go and try to slay as many Brothers of Rust as I can to complete the constellations. Finish off.
Okay.
Vina's work.
So
He races demons and angry dwarves.
How-
and orcs.
So armies are charging the city. How are you going to beat them, or what's your plan?
I've been with them the whole time, Dick. I wasn't in the battle with Vale.
Okay, because you described, you asked me when can I enter the scene, so I assumed you were, or when can I enter the narrative, so I assumed you were rushing towards it.
No.
Is that
you
not
told
what
me
you
I was rushing towards the walls, and I embraced that.
Okay.
Yeah.
My entire battle, I have barely been working with anybody except for Cacophony. I have my own agenda.
All right. I needed a dexterity check from you.
Why a dexterity check?
It's about speed.
Outspeed.
Wouldn't that be like
Power.
strength?
Distance.
No, dexterity is speed. Strength is
All right.
power.
Oh, okay.
Good luck.
7. That's all I can do. I have a -1 to dexterity.
Okay. So you rush forward with the armies. You charge past the demons that the Belders and the Grave Wardens are going to clean up. The last remaining are like we're ignoring what's on our map at this point. But like you break through all the undead, they're all slain. There's just a few demons left, but Wick and Hattie are preoccupied. There is no recruiting these demons. You charge into the city, and there are lay people like kneeling down, like ready, like surrendering. There are just humans, thousands and thousands of humans gathered outside their homes, inside their homes, in the squares of this city. And you all charge forward up the stairs to the battlements, and there they are, Rust Brothers. You and other Storm Eye clan and Galler Hall orcs cut them down. You are able to slay 2 of them with this Veiler sword. But Worm is begging you for a 3rd. There are no more Rust Brothers. What do you do?
Is Merrick going to?
Up on the battlements, you're surrounded by orcs and dwarves. Down below, there's a city full of humans. Pick someone, or tell me you don't do it. Brian, what do you do? Merrick is presented with this, like, your god is demanding that you kill 1 more person to bring down the veil. And with it, the promise of control of unlimited power in his hands, so that you and he and other worshippers of Worm.
I think I know what I do.
What do you do?
I will find the Red Runners. Signal to Tank 2. Be like, Tank 2, hurry. I see one more has run this way.
Yeah?
Help me out.
Let's
And
do
I will
it.
Run forward.
Let's go.
And wait till he rushes around the corner.
Hell yeah. Fuck that up.
And as he rushes
Where'd he go?
around the corner,
Where'd he go? I don't see him, man.
I will put my hand on his shoulder.
Where'd he go, man? What's going on?
This must be done.
I didn't see him. What?
And then he maybe gasps as I will slam the blade of veil into his chest.
What the fuck, man?
The knowledge
Not chill, bro.
and security.
Aww.
And he slumps down on the ground, and like all elven bodies, it begins to shrivel into a husk around a ruby. Do you stick around, or do you leave? What do you do with the body as it's quickly decaying?
I will drag it out of sight, and I will wait and claim that ruby.
His vape pen is
So-
right next to the ruby.
You look up at the sky, and it is ready, like it is hanging on by a thread. Those constellations are like just cracks, like lightning bolt shaped cracks. They're glowing and pulsing, but they have not broken. You have killed his body, but not his soul. You hold a ruby in your hand,
Oh,
Merrick.
damn.
Destroy it with the sword, and it will be done. The world, its shape, its safety will be ours.
What knowledge do we gain from this?
Now you're asking.
We do not gain knowledge from this death, we gain power. All of the power.
Does Merrick have a flashback to anything Wick has worn? Or do you not give a single flying fuck?
I think Merrick does have a flashback to Wick's warnings, Wick's worries, Wick's proclamations of power going beyond corruption. But I have the knowledge, Wick.
What's your bond with Wick?
I know who has the power. It's my deity. My bond with Wick. My bond with Wick is the best hope of uniting our allies against the coming tides and threats. I will endeavor to build him up as the leader he does not wish to be.
I don't know if that... I think this bond is satisfied. Because Wick is no longer
Stab the sword
Yeah.
into the ruby and shatter
Okay.
I don't think mine changes. Merrick is manipulating Wick. This needs to be addressed.
Uh-huh.
it. I think it's
Okay.
too late for that to be addressed.
Oh, don't worry, I can still one-shot you, bitch. Part 2, the Wick v. Merrick War.
One day, maybe. Okay, let me switch up our music here. Okay, so Merrick cuts into the ruby, which shatters. You can hear the sound. It's like the sound of glass breaking, cracking, and then breaking up above you all. And it doesn't happen right away. But you can hear there's a tone shift. Meanwhile, it's been cracking. There's suddenly like a crunching sound. And not only are there lines, these lines being drawn like constellations between the stars, but even beyond where these stars are that you can see, around the periphery of the sky, you can see these red lines, these glowing red cracks extend across the entire sky. It's like the sky is giving out, slowly but surely. And the cracks are forming like from line to line, not just from star to star. There's just a complete shattering across the sky as these armies finish off the demon army and rush into the city. Whaler's Hold is yours. It is Torvald Stormeyes, the ancestral leader of the Stormeye clan and ancestral leaders of this city. They charge in as thousands and thousands and thousands of people within submit. They surrender. Over the rest of the day, the wounded and dead are collected. Merrick, Basil, and Cacophony are able to heal, are able to pass souls on.
Rust.
Yeah. Rust shows up, sees that Vale is dead, remarks to Wick that he was the one that killed him, and says...
He means Wick in this sense, not he means Rust, right?
Sorry, yes, Wick. You slayed my sibling. I suppose congratulations are in order of some sort for slaying a god. But it does not matter. In Alderstone, far, far away, I will be victorious. When the sky comes down finally. Vale's plan will not be for naught. The people of Alderstone and my prince, the Rust Prince, will harness the ether and protect this land from it and its wildness.
He's just saying this all while Wick's just drinking his brother's body. I can't tell if Rust is as insane as Wick is, or is just as heartless.
He's just focused on himself. He's like, this is my victory. I planned for this. I knew Vale was, Vale juice box. Vale told us his plan, and I prepared. I had my champion, the Rust Prince, prepare magic to harness the ether as soon as the veil came down, and harness it for us. And what Rust is not articulating is what Merrick is hearing from Worm is, I have my agents in Alderstone. They are on a mission to take the device, to seize it for ourselves. I must go to them and aid them, Merrick. We will speak soon. And you feel a disconnect, Merrick. The static's been growing and growing, and especially now that we have hit 100 souls spent to bring down the veil. The static is growing and growing, and Worm basically like leaves range. Like leaves, like not like he was physically here, because he has never been physically here. You have never met him in person, but yes, Grim Streets of Alderstone boys. Merrick has done his part. The rest is in your hands.
Focus up, Nick. You're in the last 15 minutes.
And Rust turns to you, Wick. Or I mean, he's been facing you, and he like makes his big bad evil guy speech. Like, I have won. I am victorious. You don't know any better. You're just busy drinking blood. But Basil and Cacophony, you're standing before Wick as he strangely drinks the blood of Vale, and Rust is making this proclamation, even though his forces have lost a city. What are you all thinking about?
About throwing the sword at Rust.
I think Cacophony's thinking about all the souls that she might be able to harvest and put people to rest, and also like, who the fuck is going to clean this mess up?
Is she
like,
thinking or is she acting?
I think she's thinking it. I don't think she can act on anything right now, like, because, like, they barely made it out of this scrap. She's got, like, 8 health or whatever. And she's just nowhere. She's not at full power. Like, she can't. What can she do against, like, Rust, who is, you know, he's got his helm on and he's all, like, you know, Hemsworthed. So, like, what's she gonna do? She's just like, this fucking, he's monologuing. Like, yeah. I think she's just, like, standing there, like, release the doves, please. Just, like, be done. We have, we get it.
All right. Basil.
Okay, go ahead. Do a very complicated attack on Rust.
Oh, boy.
So,
Is that not narratively
You're
makes sense
gonna
anymore?
find out it's actually his avatar. He's
yeah,
not really
Rust.
here.
Rust is not really here.
Oh, that's right. He's like really gigantic, isn't he?
Yes. In this moment, he's standing in the circle with you all, and he's huge. And there's like dwarves like separating the stone singing circle and being like, "Oh my God, it's Rust! What do we do?" And like Rust finishes his monologue, and he just disappears as your arrows fly through him.
Oh, it wasn't gonna be arrows.
Oh,
the sword.
yeah.
But that's okay. I'd like to commune with what's her face, Flo.
Okay, we will get to that in a moment.
Okay, sorry.
It probably takes a while.
Perfect.
Wick, you are drenching yourself and drinking a god's blood.
Hell yeah.
Hey, John.
Hi.
How self-delusioned has Wick become? That he
How
is
self-delusional?
all-powerful and that this is a good thing. That drinking the blood of a god is going to empower him in some way.
So, he ate a fairy. And that fairy changed him intrinsically.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know if that was part of the consumption of it or due to that demonic creature itself.
Fair.
So he is working under the assumption that there's consistent rules to this world, and that by consuming a highly magical extraterrestrial creature, you can take on some of their aspects. Because clearly it's not normal blood. It's a fucking god, right? There's got to be those beautiful, delicious organs filled with magic.
Give me...
Intrinsically super magical being.
I would like Defy Danger Con from you.
Oh my god. Why would you pick Con?
Because it's appropriate for drinking the blood of a god.
I suppose. Alright. Big rolls, people. That is a pass.
Ish.
You stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. As the fluids of this god enter your body, Wick, you can feel that there is a property here. There is something absolutely powerful about this blood. But your body, as soon as it is entering your stomach, is becoming overwhelmed. And you begin retching, and your body is trying to expel this. It doesn't want it. If you hold on and successfully consume this blood, you will get a boon to your ability to use magic. However, you will lose half of your health. You have 20 hit points, you will go down to 10.
A boon to using magic.
Effectively, you will still be able to use magic. You will not have complete divine authority, as I've described it, as a god, but you will be godlike. And you The path you may set Wick on is to be able to become a god. Like, you can be able to grow in your ability to use magic.
Then yeah.
Okay.
You'll just be on the verge of death constantly.
You know, he was already spiraling. He doesn't have much time left anyway. And now he's got a demon army. So, there's that.
Okay. Congratulations, Shannon. Even on a low roll, you might be able to kill Wick one day.
One day. Still 5 armor, though. Come at me.
Okay. Wick, you retch and hurl, but you hold it in.
I hold it in.
And I think for, like, the rest of this day, Hattie is like, Wick, are you there? Can you hear me? And you're going in and out of consciousness as your body is, like, contorting and retching. It's taking all of your strength, all of your consciousness, not to just focus on the one goal you have, and that is keep it in, absorb Vale's power, absorb this god. Meanwhile, throughout the day, Whaler's Hold is being conquered. The people are completely succumbing to it. They welcome Torvald. They welcome the Belders. They welcome the Grave Wardens. They welcome Gallerhall. They welcome the Storm Eyes. They welcome you. What? Torvald has been of mind to kick all these people out, but he is shocked at how ready and willing these people are to continue to live here. And they all just seem scared. They're like, we've been under, we didn't want this war. Like, we don't care. The sky is falling apart. Please just let our families stay. Let us, whatever may come, please just let us live here in peace. Whatever you have in store for the city, please just let us live here. We mean you no harm. We'll continue to work. We'll support the city. We'll pay our taxes. Torvald seems suggestible at this point, whereas before he wasn't, and Rick is trying to convince him to let these people stay. Wick is indisposed. Hattie is taking care of him, but you all are here witnessing this. What do you do?
Would walk up immediately, like, look at your opportunity here. Look at what you see in front of you. The city that once belonged to you that now is yours again. Maybe not a group of dwarves, but a group of citizens who support you. And look at what we faced here today. Demons, undead, no brothers for us, only a few. There was trouble to come.
But I have but 100 of my people left, and hundreds, maybe thousands of people here. How will we hold it? And Rick says, we will help you. Don't you worry. And he says, but the sky is nearly about to fall apart. What if something happens or the Brothers of Rust come back for the city?
Then the more numbers you have, the more people to support you, the more people to man your defenses, to build your defenses back up, to feed your army, to feed the armies of your allies. This is what you will need. Casting them out, spells doom. Where will they go? Crawl back to Rust.
Very well. We can always kick them out tomorrow if it doesn't work out.
If that makes you feel better about life, then yes. I'll pat him on the shoulder.
Okay. So, let's see here. So, between your armies, the Storm Eye clan seems to have suffered the worst. The rest, the Gallerhall army, the Grave Warden army, the Belder clan, they all seem to have suffered about between a half and somewhere between a half and 2/3 of losses. So not too bad, all in all. I don't think that any of the leaders of the armies feel like things went poorly. could have been better, but, losses were to be expected. And whatever's going on with the sky, we've helped the Storm Eye clan reclaim their home. We will assist them in establishing, some sort of new normalcy. But we need to figure out what's going on. We need to understand what's to happen as the sky falls. And over the next month, the sky will continue to crack and crack and crack until it formally breaks. So, I have some love letters prepared. Basil. Dear Basil, you have gathered many communities together in what many would have said was an impossible task, to bring together the forces of the Ravenlands once again, even if it was against a common threat. There is much potential for both unification and returning to their silos of these many, many communities. You have been a linchpin in bringing many communities together, especially between your parents and many, many others. How do you leverage this opportunity and your connections to form unification against these communities? Where do you focus your time in this first week as the sky is breaking?
Izzle would make some very impassioned pleas to the Belder clan and the Red Runners, people with whom he has, I would say, the most influence, both as Prince of the Belderlands and, I guess, Prince of the Red Runners, but also an emissary of Flow, to tell them how important it is that we don't isolate ourselves again coming into this new period of turmoil. I think Hazel's ultimate goal, which honestly, Hazel's just fucking sick of people at this point for betraying selfish interests and, absolute power corrupts absolutely kind of feelings. Fuck you, Merrick. I think his current sort of ultimate goal would be creating a sort of like diplomatic ambassador corps of like networks of messengers running between all these settlements, keeping everyone informed and up to date. And that would also allow him to be in the wilds, which is, I think, where he wants to be more than he wants to be in cities at the moment.
Okay.
So he'd be fleeing to kingdoms where he has influence and sway to sort of help set that up and found network so that people don't isolate again.
Yeah, and that's really important. Like, the blood mists may have passed. There's been some sightings, but the blood mists are gone. But with the sky, like, perpetually cracking and like everyone can hear the sounds across the land and aren't sure what's going to happen when it breaks. People are afraid to leave their homes once again. But unification is important. Sharing information, sharing resources is vital. As you do this, roll charisma to bind the communities, unless you have an argument for another stat. And I'm gonna grab some stuff for Patty as you do that really quick. But I'll be listening.
I know I have to roll charisma, even though it's my worst stat. And
Wait a
historically,
Wait, Basil, let me help you. Because I'm a rules lawyer, and I want to munchkin you just a little bit. You're a ranger. If anything you have learned is that you do not communicate well with people. Perhaps you do more of a physical or...
interpretive dance.
Not interpretive dance, but you go out in range. You led us through this entire adventure consistently without fail. you physically leading people, messengers, envoys, going through safe paths. You're also one of the most well-traveled people who has seen a bird's eye view without being a raven. You have vital intelligence and the skills to apply them. This could be a wisdom, probably not a dexterity.
Or an intelligence roll.
Are you helping lead people, like create literal paths, like helping the stone singers build roads
I'll be showing people kind of like how to survive in the wilds who've been, you know, isolated in their cities, and how to range and how to travel between the settlements, and sort of also like serve as a good diplomat. And I could make a case for the intelligence roll, since I'd be making like a very logical plea to people, not an emotional one. But yeah, I think since I'm making this with Chives, who has +2 cunning, I think I add that to the roll as well.
Chives has +2 cunning. What is he trained to do? Scout, guard, fight, humanoid. I don't think Chives can help here.
We discern realities at your cunning when you parlay at its cunning.
Okay, fine. If you give me a parlay, add +2.
Right.
Good luck.
Parlay what? Charisma?
Yeah, parlay is a charisma check.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What?
For the diplomatic network.
Yeah, I think you do a really good job.
Power leveling.
Yeah.
Has led to this moment.
Well done. Oh, you rolled 2 6s. Wow. Yeah. I think you help, like, literally build roads. I think with stone singers, and your knowledge of stone singing and your knowledge of the wilds, you help people feel comfortable. You convince them that this is what's best for their communities, is creating roads, both underground and above ground, to connect cities. And there is a network, a literal community of the Ravenlands, the first in over a century built, largely as a direct result of your ability to foster relationships and help those actual connections. Like, yeah, other communities could have sent diplomats, but you're literally paving roads. So
I think I inadvertently forced the Hollows to set up like a shelter, you know, auberge kind of deal, because it's at the center of a lot of these places.
Yeah.
And that's good business for the Moss Family Kitchen, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is great business. Well done. Is there any other like specific, like kind of fallout or follow-up you want to do? It sounded like you wanted to connect with Flo.
I mean, maybe not connect with Flo, but at least put myself in the wilderness so that I have a better opportunity, better probability of interacting with Flo, being out in the natural world. I have a feeling Basil might also, every time he visits the Belder lands, like get involved with some weird like court drama of the royalty of the Belder clan, and like, you know, the West Wing episodes of him like fighting for power.
Yeah, a lot of the end trusts are really focused on holding as much power as possible and being influential over Gandamin, who many of them believe is a soldier and a warrior, and not necessarily, like, you get a read, like, they don't necessarily trust that he's fit to lead, but that he was better than his siblings as a choice. Take that what you will. The city, I mean, they're a pit mine of a city, so they can still see the sky, even though they're mostly underground. There's a lot of instability, especially, you know, new leader, death of their former king. Their city was kind of trampled by Ankeg. So they're rebuilding, but they're also connecting, and that's their focus.
Isla would also continue to totally fail at trying to broker a diplomatic relationship with the Ankeg.
I don't think you have any idea where they are. You haven't seen them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the evil roots have not followed through their tunnels to Belder.
It's been 1 week. It's been 1 week since you looked at them. They aren't there yet, but maybe they will be one day.
They're freaking coming.
Okay. All right. Dear Cacophony, it's been 2 weeks since the Battle of Whaler's Hold. And Raven spoke with you at the end of the battle. He seemed to have garnered enough strength to join a fight and act, but it was short-lived, as when he finally arrived, most of the battle was over, and his sibling was dead. Vale had fallen. Raven returned to his meek, weak self and shared with you some knowledge about how a lot of this works. He explained that he had originally worked with Vale to set up the barrier between the ether and this world. And among the patterns holding back the ether are patterns that Raven created. Patterns that... So he explains that Vale wanted to let, like, little bits of ether leak into the world to allow magic to manifest. But Raven had the idea, since it was so difficult to control the flow, ironically the word flow, the flux of ether, that excess could leak through and be bound as living ether to create souls. That souls would bind with the living. And when people died, souls would return to the ether. That was part of the pattern, that ether would be drawn back out. But when the veil is destroyed, the souls of the dead will run amok. There will be nothing to stop souls, ghosts, if you will, from having to leave this world. And being given a nature of living, they will want to remain. So now you have the growingly impossible task, along with the Raven Sisters, of trying to exercise, to control, to remove as many undead as possible when the veil finally comes down. You don't know how long you have to prepare before it falls, but how do you go about preparing for this impossible task? Since Raven's not up to it.
Raven. I think she, when she sees him coming, she's like, well, I'll be damned. I didn't think you were going to come. So that's amazing. And I think she tries to, help him focus on the good, but he's withdrawn. So I think she's going to spend this time going through the battlefield, and I think she's going to collect as many soul stones as she can, and I think that she's going to level up, as much as possible. So like you said, every 3 souls, she gets a new whatever, a new...
Yeah. I'm not worried about the mechanical benefits at this point.
So I think that's what she's spending her time doing, though, is just advancing her magic to be able to help as much as she possibly can to become the highest elite, the upper echelon of the Reaper, so that she can help to collect and restore some balance. And she's working on her bedside manner, and also showing, and I think she's also talking to the Raven Sisters, because they suck. she's like, okay, I know that my bedside manner leaves something to be desired, but you have none. You guys are terrible. So I think she's trying to make them not be dicks, just try being a person. Try embracing life and connecting with people. So
Sorry,
What?
didn't countries literally smuggle them in under, like, Nazi diktat so that they could help their communities? Like, these people are, like, have the best reputation ever. And you're
Yes,
saying they're-
yes,
They
but
had
Cacophony has
magical
had a
ability.
terrible interaction with
Yeah.
one of them.
That's
Yeah,
just
they
wrong.
just because because they're coming in and helping to lend their magic to heal people doesn't mean that they don't make people feel like pieces of shit
I
while
don't
they're
know.
doing it.
It feels a little off base.
They suck. They
Okay,
absolutely suck.
all right.
But she's leaning on them and trying to make them like take the stick out of their ass, right? That's all she's trying to do.
So it sounds
yeah.
like you're trying to split yourself between, like, you know, focusing on yourself and developing your power, but also trying to, like, seek help and you know, develop, like, a kind of a, you know, relationship with the Raven sisters who...
We gotta work together.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think is the primary focus of Cacophony's time over these last 2 weeks?
I think she wants to become more powerful. I
Okay.
think she wants to gain as much experience as she can to become a better reaper so that she can harvest souls and, like, send them to their rest.
Okay, I need to consult the Reaper. I think I sent you it. When they cast
You
spells,
did.
what do they use?
It's souls. It's like that's their currency.
Yeah, but, like, they actually have access to spells. I didn't send you that part, but they do.
There's a section where you can. Oh, damn, what is it? I don't remember how it was said, but it was like it's almost like you can, like, mimic, like, another class to take their spells.
Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I think it's going to be a charisma roll.
It's always a charisma.
It's always
I
charisma.
hate that.
Lore and lords. No, secrets and sorcery. Hang on, let me open this really quick.
He wants us to
Spells.
summary right up until the end.
Cast a spell.
Yep.
When you cast a Reaper spell, roll plus wisdom. Okay, it's wisdom.
Oh, that might be okay.
It's the same
Nope.
as charisma.
It's the same as charisma. Yeah.
All
I
right,
just
give
looked
me
at
a
it
wisdom
like,
roll.
I don't like it. Oh, good.
You are Cacophony struggles with understanding this new gift that Raven has given her, and very little guidance. You know, she has, like, Raven's no help, and neither are the Raven sisters. It's difficult to connect with them given her attitude towards them, and you know, she struggles, I think, to make headway in this time between the battle and when the wall comes down. She will be struggling to understand her role and her powers when we revisit Cacophony after the veil falls. Okay. Is there any other follow-up, any other characters you wanted to interact with as we sunset for the season, Shannon?
I think she just wants to wish Wick, like, a fond farewell. I think that she knows that, like, their party is gonna split, right? Like, everybody has their own paths and their own destinies that they have to go off and chase, and maybe our paths will cross again, and maybe we'll try to kill each other, maybe we won't. But I think she, like, I think she's genuinely happy that, like, Wick got married, because it seems like it really suits him, you know? Like, he seems to be doing pretty good, so,
I,
you know,
for
and
one, am very happy with my new love. Wouldn't you say, husband?
I'm in love with you, baby. Would you hug Wick?
Me? The
Yeah.
cacophony?
Cacophony.
I think she'll give him like a side shoulder pat. I don't think she's gonna go full on hugs.
As you do that, Wick hugs you and whispers, I don't know if Flo or Raven's next. And just pat you on the back and then turn away.
My God. Leave my Sky Papa alone.
He's so fucking dead.
My husband.
Yes, my love!
It's been 3 weeks since we won that great battle. You were so majestic. Flying on Schnitzel. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, Schnitzel 2's not sturdy.
He doesn't quite ride the same.
Yeah.
We have this great idea of yours of establishing the Hadrios. But I sense that over the last 3 weeks you've also been obsessed with the idea of hunting gods. Wick, do you build on your idea of community, or do you focus and obsess with destroying the threats to it?
Ironically enough, you can do both, Patty. As I, Wick, invite all people willing to build a new country with a new way of thinking in this new age that is upon us. The Hadrios originally is for the demonically inclined, to give them a place where they can belong without conflict. But we're gonna have some crazy, chaotic times ahead, and it would be rude not to invite all the wizards, all the ghost wizards, all the magically inclined, all the anti-god aligned, and, you know, the curious to our fold. Wick wants to build a nation with the goal in mind that the gods can be killed, and their rules are not laws of this reality.
You are not going to juice box my Sky
And
Papa.
He is living proof that you can juice box any one of these dumb fucks.
Oh my.
You're crazy.
Okay.
I think it's gonna have a
I
lot
think
of
a
pull
company's
with
gonna
some
warn.
certain wizards in a certain tower
Yeah.
that's just been chilling,
I-
along with a certain ghost that's been inhabiting his body for all this time.
Yes. Francois the Abundant. Oh, I didn't want to mention it before, Wick, but Vale spoke with me, and we had yet another contingency if you betrayed him. But you managed to kill him, so as far as I'm concerned, I am yours, but hopefully our agreement that you would find me a body still stands, yes? Yes?
Oh, of course.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Because
anytime...
I need to find myself a new body as well.
Oh, yes, I can certainly help with that if you find me one first. It doesn't need to be grand. We can certainly find you one that's magnificent, and me one that is splendid, of course, of course.
I have the perfect candidate in mind.
Oh, yes? Who's that?
Indeed. After the battle, we flash back, Nick.
Yes.
Going through the chaos of finding the Moss family, finding his family, finding Rick Moss specifically.
Oh. Wick, I can't believe we did
But
it.
also, I don't need to talk to Rick. We don't need to do that.
Oh, okay, bye.
Specifically, a certain sorceress who showed great martial capacity, great martial strength, and, you know, Wick's not gonna be swinging a sword much longer, and he needs a champion. And he's gonna offer Lynn an invitation
Yeah?
to be super magical and to tutor directly under the greatest fighter in the world, the only fighter.
Oh my god, I styled half of my fighting style after, like, look, and she, like, does her, like, pushing the air and flying around a lot like Iron Man using her magic, like with her sword singing. And she's like, yeah, so like part of it's like, you know, she flies. Cacophony's great. I love her. She's like my mom. But you're like my sword daddy. And I learned to, you know, fight with swords kind of based on your style. So like you see that swing I just did there? That was like exactly how you do it. I would love to learn more from you, of course.
I invite her to be my left hand, right hand of Hadrios to build both a humanoid and demonic nation.
Oh, but you see, I'm a Grave Warden now, so I'm gonna need a charisma check to see how this all sorts out.
I'd love to give you a charisma check now. Give me that. Where is it? Hang on. Charisma. That's an 11.
Yeah, like I can help out, but like I still have guard duty on the weekends since, you know, I'm an initiate.
When did she become a Cali girl?
You know, I feel like
a teenager.
I'm just trying this voice out because, you know, puberty and hormones and all that. So like, you know, just deal with it.
It's a powerful force. I'll welcome her aboard. Totally not going to betray her and give her, or Francois, her body to act as conduit in the future.
Do you? We'll see, I guess.
We'll see.
Okay.
She may prove more useful.
Yeah. So you're describing a lot. It sounds like you're also trying to recruit others to your cause. Give me a parlay, please. Or demand, Wick. You're demanding people join you?
No, of course. This is an invitation.
Okay.
As he quickly changes the name.
As I quickly change the name. That's another tab.
Yeah, there are more people than you would expect that align with your cause. And that join you from all across the land, all across the Ravenlands.
Got friends to the north in the Orcs. All the impressionable youth watching the skyfall.
There's a lot of reluctance to join a nation of demons when they don't even have a city yet. Especially since A, they're demons, and B, they don't have a lot of infrastructure. But hey, from the margins, from our own cities, we've got our own Circle Ks, we've got our own 4-Hs, we've got our own Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and all that. We're definitely forming chapters here and there. Okay. Finally, Merrick.
Yes.
It has been a month since the battle of Whaler's Hold. The sky seemed like it was ready to go 4 weeks ago, but here it is, even closer to the verge. And you have not heard from Worm. Your magic, without his blessing, there's nothing to be done. You can't do anything. There's all these, there's so much to be done. There's so much to learn. There's so much to gain. But all of your attempts to commune with Worm are for naught. What are you feeling? What is going through your head? As the sky above you is just ready to blow at any moment.
Merrick is not worried because Worm has taught him well. He doesn't need Worm's magic to gain knowledge. He can gain it on his own. The first week, maybe he makes sure that everybody is healed up, helps and tends to whatever he can, even in mundane sense, maybe not with magic, to help heal up any wounded members from the battle. We'll congratulate Rick Moss on a job well done. And wish him well because he has new responsibilities. As Merrick will be traveling back with the Gallerhole Orcs. Gallerhole.
Oh, yeah?
Making that his new home. He is their Inquisitor, after all. He'll stop by Cacophony. Remind her that he is still promised to do what he can to repair her soul. And he will make sure he continues on that endeavor. We'll be in contact with her shortly. He'll stop by Basil, making sure that he wishes him well in his endeavors. Tell him that he was born to be a leader, and one day he will be. And to keep a good close eye on his father, because, you know, his father's going to need it. He'll stop by to Wick, make sure that he's doing well, congratulate him on the battle, and wish him luck with his new bride and his new nation. But then he's going to go to Gowerhall, and he's going to catch up with Angela and Embers. And he's going to have a nice, long conversation with him, talking about the ruby that he now holds, that traps and holds his soul, preserves it for time.
Did you not shatter it?
No. We gave a ruby to the orcs, if you remember. That was their whole stipulation for joining the army.
Oh, sorry. That he now. When you said he now holds, I thought you meant yourself. Okay. Yeah.
I'll want to study that ruby over the coming weeks. In my efforts to find out how the soul is preserved in there, how it's kept alive, how it's restored, and hope that studying it can help me find a way to prepare Cacophony's soul.
Your friend Basil, his mother, Tender Robin, wants me to return this. I was seriously contemplating it since we need allies more than we need rubies. Would you rather I give it to you to study?
One can study something and still return it. Best of both worlds. Give me some time. Help me if you can. And then we'll appease Tender Robin. If he has to wait a little bit longer, she has to wait a little bit longer. She fled the battlefield in a tantrum of rage and abandoned us with her support. So if she gets upset, well, let her be upset.
I'll do my best to smooth things over. In the meantime, as you study the ruby, give me an intelligence check to see what you find as you study the soul of elder rubies.
No. I'm so sorry, Shannon.
Mark XP. Cacophony,
Okay.
you also rolled a failure, so mark XP if you didn't already. Merrick, you're studying the... which ruby is this? This is the Elder Ruby?
It is.
It's not Nebulos. It's not Lyrica. It's one of the other ones.
I think it is Lyrica. She's in my notes.
They have Lyrica's ruby?
Was Lyrica the Archmage who was working with Lucerne?
Yes.
Okay, no. She's with the elves.
Okay.
I think I fucked up.
Let me look this up.
This is.
I have a note here somewhere.
Lyrica's ruby was definitely returned to the Red Runners.
Okay. I'll have to figure out which one it is.
Wait. No, I think it is Lyrica's, because this is the one I buried and then gave to the orcs.
Yes, it is. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So,
Don't worry. He's gonna join the Adrios
what are you trying to learn about Elven rubies or Elder rubies, Merrick?
I know that Cacophony's soul is gone. It's moved on. She no longer has it. But the elves store their soul, their being, inside the ruby. When they die, it happens naturally. Even happened with Dank Du before I ended his existence. So therefore, I would be studying whatever properties I can, using the wealth of knowledge in Gowerhall to find out whatever I could. Reading books, finding things, studying it, trying to get any correlations for how to replicate this effect. And then searching one day for a way to pull Cacophony's soul back from the ether, wherever it is, and restore it somehow.
Yeah. You try to learn how to separate a soul from an object, and you practice this on this Elder Ruby. And what you discover is the most horrifying thing you could possibly imagine. As you attempt to separate the soul, Lyrica's soul from her body, something else happens instead. As you are studying in a private room within the Tower of Gallarhall. As you perform your magic very, very carefully, given where the sky is at and how risky magic is right now.
What magic, Nick? I have no magic at this point.
You are doing what wizards do, and that is you're studying literal patterns.
Okay.
You are also spending this time adjusting your patterns for the state of the sky. You're being very meticulous and careful. The changing nature of things. And as you attempt to separate this soul from this ruby, the ruby begins to dissolve and manifest into blood mist in the room with you. Blood mist fills the room. You are completely encased. You are surrounded by blood mist. Murderous intent fills the air. What do you do, Merrick?
Will immediately look for the nearest exit towards someone else I can find, and I will try to bust out.
Give me a defy danger dexterity.
Not strength to break down whatever door is there.
Are you trying to leave the door or break the door down?
I'm trying to get out of there as fast as possible.
Give me defy danger dex.
I've rolled so many defined dangers dex.
I mean, if you'd like to do strength to break it down.
Well, if I'd have rolled that for strength, I'd have had a 8. But a 6 is what came up in the dice.
Okay. If it's... would you have preferred strength? Is that what Merrick would have done?
Broken through as fast as I could, trying to find somebody, some guard, some other person for protection. Merrick's power is not what it was.
Okay. With the promise that season 3 of our show is going to return to the Ravenlands, I would like to end this season as the sky cracks and breaks above Merrick. And there is just, something he didn't account for in the pattern because the nature of the world is changing, the relationship between things is changing. His magic doesn't quite work the way he wants it to. And he dissolves this ruby, manifests the blood mist, and as the sky above the Ravenlands disappears, the blue sky of the day, the starry sky of night, completely erodes and shatters and breaks and dissolves, left with perpetual twilight above the Ravenlands. The light never changing, the sun and moon gone. Above the cities, above the lands for the remaining days, there is just perpetual glowing twilight hanging far away above them all. And what ether moves towards the Ravenlands is pulled east in these cosmic dusty clouds that are just flowing like clouds towards the east, the southeast, towards Alderstone, where the city has a device that captures all the ether in the area. And as this is happening, unbeknownst to Merrick, he dissolves this ruby into blood mist. He is surrounded in this room. He sees the shape of a tall, lanky, sharp elf moving towards him with menacing, murderous intent. Lyrica turned into blood mist that is manifesting in shape. He busts down the door into Gallarhall and runs away, calling for guards who rush towards the mist that now flows out of this room, and there are screams. And that, I think, is where we are going to leave Song of the Ravenlands. Whew.
We did it!
Oh my gosh. I didn't know I was going to be playing that card today.
One mystery solved and a million more to go.
All right. So,
Thank you, guys.
thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for an incredible cliffhanger that we may or may not resolve in the future.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Valid, for the gift of 5 subs. You're incredible, having
Yay.
gifted 52 to the channel. Oh my god, I love you so much, Valid.
Wow.
You've been a great friend for a long time, and are a great friend of the channel. Thank you. So next week at the same time, we are going to be holding a post-mortem for this season, where and I'm going to be creating a channel. I'm going to do it right after we finish. A channel in the tavern where you can post any questions you have for us about our characters, about the season, about the plot of the season. I'm not going to give any spoilers for future seasons, but like, ask us anything you want about the show, about the season, about us as players and characters. Next week we're gonna just talk. We're gonna hang out and talk about the season. I'm gonna have a lot of questions for our players. I'm sure they're gonna have lots of questions for me, and we of course want to answer any questions you have. So come check out our Discord where you can post any questions you have. And we're going to celebrate / relive / I don't know what else. I'm at a loss for words. This has been an amazing season. I don't know. How are you all feeling right now? Just, hot takes.
I'm relieved. I'm happy. We did it.
You
We
did
thought
it.
it would never happen. Completing a campaign. Good job.
We tied up a
everyone.
lot of loose ends. It
Yeah.
feels good. It feels really good.
Thistlethel still has a revenge quest to revisit.
Yes,
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
There's one of my things is plant lots of seeds, water it, and see what grows. We have a lot of seeds in the ground right now, which is fine. Hopefully
I'd
we're.
like to... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, hopefully we're feeling like at least some form of resolve and completion, even though we have a lot we can revisit in the future. What were you gonna say, Andy?
I was going to say I want to revisit our newlyweds as well.
Oh yeah, I want to know what's on their registry.
The Hobbit. No.
Sorry, not Wick and Hattie. I mean the
ones we
wedding
kept.
crashed in like the second week.
Ones
Yeah.
Yeah.
horrendously harassed.
Yeah, the Hobbit and the Goblin.
Yeah.
we-
the
we
Goblin,
dropped-
if you will.
They were in
Like
the
a-
hollows.
We can talk about them, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, any final words of the season? Any shout-outs before we go? Well, I guess we have next week, but anything anyone wants to say before we part for tonight?
Thank you, Nick, for putting this on for us. It was a lot of fun, a lot of interesting stories, interweaving storylines, fun characters all over the place. And interesting ways for us to take our own characters and go down different paths that I didn't think I'd go down with mine. Turning into the villain, in a sense. But it felt right at the time, tell you what. More questions for next week.
Yes.
We got him to do the laugh, unironically. Yeah. We did it! We did it!
Well, but and truly, it was a lot of work on your part, Nick, and it was fun. Even when I was like pissed off and like things were not going my way, I still had a good time. It was still fun. I've never done anything like this before.
I gotta
It was a
say,
lot-
Shannon, you rolled so poorly the last 2 sessions. I'm so sorry. I don't.
It's all right. It's cool. Fine. No.
I learned an important lesson, which is every time you level up, do not ignore charisma.
True. Charisma's
Right.
the base
Right?
social stat.
With role-playing games, you expect it to be a lot of combat. Not with me. It's a lot of interpersonal shit. Be good at charisma.
stacked dexterity and have paid for it dearly. So.
Same. Friggin' same.
Well, not you haven't suffered lethal consequences. You've just suffered social consequences. All right. Well, if you enjoyed the show, as Valid Opinion did, feel free to subscribe or give us some money on Patreon, even if it's just $1. We really appreciate the support. There's going to be some announcements next week, I'm hoping, about Season 2, which is going to be a sci-fi campaign. So I am just following up with our players to see, who's going to stick with us, who do we need to recruit, etc., etc. I also probably need... I don't even know if I have a Grim Streets of Alderstone this week, which now, given what we know about Alderstone, is going to be super interesting, given that Worm has also been operating to try and unwind the Rust Prince and Rust's plans. So we'll see how that season ends. So yeah, join us next week as we just hang out and talk. We'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great day, week, month, year, whatever is going on for you, and we will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.